Hello, everybody. It's us, the Paper Dungeon. We're a group. We stream Dungeons and Dragons and other TTRPGs. Well, that was an extra letter. Normally on Mondays, although every once in a while we do something a little different. 5th edition specifically, none of that new 5.5 or whatever they're calling it. We're old-fashioned here. We're excited to be here. I'm Aaron. I am the DM for this game, previous player. I have ascended to the throne of DM, and here I am.
I am DJ, previous DM of the campaign. I have been dethroned, and now I am a player.
I'm Gracie. I have only ever been a player, and I play our fighter, Addie.
I'm Drew, playing our resident wizard and edgelord, Talith.
I'm Jar Jar, the grooviest cast member.
Hey.
Wow, member, and I mended stuff as your favorite druid, Medora.
I'm Grant, the grungiest nasty boy of the Paper Dungeon, and I play Leslie, the nerdy, almost sexy shifter ranger.
Fantastic.
And I have a fun fact for you all. Did you know that the word apple comes from the original Old English word apple that means any fruit? So any tree that bore fruit was an apple tree. And that's where we get the word apple. Thank you very much. Before we move on, I have a real quick criticism, but it's like constructive criticism for the DM.
This isn't on the sheet that you gave me, Grant.
It's not. But don't worry. I had thought through what I'm going to say here. Your last session I listened to, and it was very good, but I think you played Leslie a little bit too well. It was nice. You rolled well for Leslie. You described the moves in a really cool way. The only thing is, I like having a bar that I can reach towards, but I feel like if it's a bar too high for me, then it might be a little more challenging.
If you remember
just
in the
dial
episode,
it back a little bit.
I predicted this. I said, this is going to be the most effective that Leslie will be this entire campaign, and Grant's not the one playing him.
I have a new Bart to meet, so thank you. Absolutely. And also just keep that in mind next time.
Side note, I believe a happy birthday is in order to Grant. He's not just wearing the party hat because he's the grungiest member of the Paper Dungeon. It's his birthday, so happy birthday. Everyone say happy birthday to Grant.
Thank you. It's my birthday tomorrow, technically. But this will come out on my birthday.
Happy day of birth.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody.
Also, while we're saying thank yous and congratulations, thank you to our Kickstarters. This show is made possible by you and our wonderful backers. Your support is what allows us to do this show and produce it and do cool stuff, including a new season of Between the Rows, which will be airing in October of this year. I've been prepping it now. I'll be working with people on character soon. I'm very excited for it. I think it's going to be an absolute blast. Additionally, this story is a mature one. This one here tonight is a mature one. It is not for the immature. If you cannot handle mature themes, it's okay. Get out of here. I forgive you.
If I can't handle the mature theme of this episode, should I be leaving right now?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
We'll take a vote at the end of the episode.
Yeah, this is DJ's last time on the Paper Dungeon.
Can't handle it. Can't handle the truth, guys.
Absolutely. But I think that's all that I have for my intro currently. So Drew, you can send us in. Last time on the Paper Dungeon, our group fought through the guard post outside of the moon of Toru, which they are attempting to descend towards in order to find an old doctor from Captain Leslie's crew who may be able to heal their current ward that they have obtained while infiltrating a rich person's house. They encounter these basically human experiments. Prisoners that had been experimented on by said doctor, Dr. Rachel Ann Rose, who are constructively immortal and very strong. There was a couple of tight spots, but they managed to escape from said base, kind of caving in the entrance, allowing them to run to the top, get aboard their dinghy and then reboard their main ship, the Skirmisher, and descend towards the moon below. Last we left off, you guys were taking a long rest. Now, there are two things that need to be covered. First of all, you guys leveled up. So congrats. Everyone should be level 4.
Thank you.
Second, before you guys go to sleep or after, it doesn't really matter. It is assumed that Talith cast Identify on the items that you found aboard the station. Both are currently held by Addie. One of which is a Boots of the Winterland, which is what Medora found in that under the guard's bunk, and then the wrist bracelet. It functions as a circlet of blasting. I always want to say like headband or some other helm, like a helm of blasting, a circlet of blasting that hopefully should provide a little bit of range to our valiant fighter, Addie. But you guys are aboard your ship.
Addie's getting both of them?
I mean, unless she wants to give them up.
Gotcha.
She has both of them with her right now, yes.
Do you want to try and take one of them?
I thought that the circular blasting might be a good addition for Medora, but that's just a thought that I had. That's all I thought.
Me?
But it's up to discussion, group decision, or if Addie is holding on to them and Addie wants to hold on to them, that's fine. I'm not saying anything. That was just a thought that I had. Anyway.
All of you take a long rest. You will figure out the distribution of party loot as we move on. During your rest, as you are kind of all going to sleep, still taking watch, making sure that nothing crazy happens on your way down. During Captain Leslie's watch, Leslie, you get an impending sense of dread. It's almost as though the air around you feels nervous, feels like almost dry in a weird way. As you get closer to the moon of Toru, the closer you get, the more off-put you feel. And you can't quite put a finger on why. You look all around you. I don't even need to have you roll for this. It's as though the moon itself is telling you that bad things are occurring on it. And it's a sense of dread that you just can't escape.
I'll pick up my gun from my side and I'll hold it, not in an armed position, just on my lap, just to make myself feel a little better. From observing the space around us, quite literally, the space around us and the moon, is there anything else I can glean from why it feels eerie, or is it just this looming presence that I feel?
Are you looking at it just with your natural senses? Are you trying to detect something like further beyond than normal, or like look into some other world? Like, are you going to go deep into a meditative stance or anything? Or are you just like kind of eyeing the area around you?
Leslie is trying to determine if this feeling is similar to the feeling he has had many times in the past. That's how I'll say it.
Cool. Could you roll a wisdom arcana check? If you are proficient in arcana, you may add your proficiency.
Absolutely, DM. That is a 17.
A 17. You close your eyes for a moment, take some deep breaths, and meditate a little bit. And when you open your eyes, you try to focus on nothing, purely relying on those flickers that have plagued you just in the corner of your eye, just out of reach, just out of view. And the world that surrounds you, the atmosphere, everything changes a little bit. It gains a little bit of tint. And you can see that the moon that you are heading towards at a relatively quick pace is mired in a kind of sickly crimson glow. Behind, in the background of your vision, which you know is not possible because that isn't how space works. This isn't a 3D painting or anything like that. You see the creatures drifting. Before you blink, realizing that you haven't taken a breath for a strong, 2 minutes, and your vision returns to normal.
When you say creatures,
Yes.
are these steel blood creatures or the other kind of creature?
These are your creatures.
Now, DM, can I try to determine whether or not what I just saw is real?
With a roll, no.
I didn't think so. Oh, okay. How far are we? Better question. How long will it be until we are where I just saw those creatures?
Oh, they're on the other side of the moon. So you
Thank
were
goodness.
planning on descending. It was though they were in a space that is behind the moon, but also not, as though there was a rather than being a foreground, a midground, and a background, there was a fourth place for them to be, floating in a space beyond those.
Okay. Maybe I need to get another pair of eyes on this. I will go to where Medora is, and I assume everybody is sleeping at this time.
Yes.
Leslie will kneel next to where Medora is staying, and just gently kind of shake Medora on the shoulder and be like, Medora, wake up. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to startle you. And
Sorry, I sleep with my eyes open. What do you need?
I was wondering if you could get a second pair of eyes on what's going on in the deck. I know you tend to have a sense about things, and so I'm feeling a little strange about what's going on out there, and I think it'd be good if you just had a look in case you feel and see the same kind of thing.
I'll see if I can see anything. And I'll go and go with a bear. And can I do would this be you think of would this be a check, DM?
Yes. Are you trying to sense spirits?
Yes. See if unless Bear has any additional information.
Well, I'll essentially lead Medora to the spot that I was, and say, I was standing here, and I'll be honest, this isn't the first time I've felt this sort of eeriness, but I've heard you talk about being able to sense things, and well, if you could maybe feel and see the kinds of things I am, then it might be able to ease my nerves a bit. To be honest, I don't even know if it's real or if it's in my head. So if you could just do whatever you do and see if you feel anything, it'd be a big help. And you look in his eyes and he is almost pleading in a way as if he's asking for a bit of mercy. Anything, Medora.
I will calmly, almost as if it's light as a feather, I'll place my hand on his shoulder and kind of just be, it's gonna be okay. I'm unsure, but I'll see what I can find. DM, can I?
Yeah. If you're searching for spirits, I'll have you just roll a perception check, because this is something that you just in general have an affinity towards.
Ooh, 19.
19. You do not sense anything particularly out of the ordinary for you. There are always spirits around, even in space. And Now, normally it's rare to come across a lot of them. Space is a very big place. But so there's a higher, like you see flickers of what may be souls flitting about in the distance, but few and far between, and nothing particularly wild. It means that most likely a lot of people have died, and that is to be expected in a place like this.
Then upon this, I will turn to Bear and kind of with a sense of defeat, almost, because Medora likes to help where she can and actually be valuable to people. She'll turn to Bear and say, I'm sorry. All I feel is what's normal in the cosmos. If you see them again, let me know. I'll try my damn hardest to help you.
It's okay. I mean, I honestly don't know what would have been more relieving. If you would have seen them, I mean, I don't know what that would mean. I probably just dozed off. You know, they probably weren't even real. I'm probably just tired. Would you mind maybe taking over the rest of my watch?
Of course, like go rest, and if you need some extra coffee in the morning or something, I'm more than happy to make that for you, Bear, okay?
Yeah, I like it chewy. You know what I mean?
I know, Bear. I know.
All right, I'm going to get some rest.
Fantastic.
A little shaken, Leslie will make his way to his quarters.
Absolutely. As you pass by the rest of the people sleeping in there, are you sleeping in kind of the captain's quarters, Leslie? Or
Yeah,
are you
let's say
bunking
so.
with the rest of them?
I got bunk beds with Captain Silvers. No, we're sharing a full bed in the captain's
yeah, 100%.
suite.
100%.
Yeah.
Who's on top? Who's on top?
Well, we're in a full bed, so we're next to each other.
Oh.
But answer to the question, probably not Captain Leslie.
Yeah. So we're side by side.
Yes, totally.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But as you pass by the sleeping quarters, you do hear, I mean, there are always sounds, and you know that some of them are just because Talith doesn't sleep a lot. So Talith is probably flipping through books, and you hear the rustling of papers. You also hear muttering coming from Oda. Oda, you are currently having a familiar nightmare in some ways. At least the theme is familiar, where you are being chased by a man in black. But par for the course. You guys all finish your various long rests, go throughout your shifts. Nothing particular happens to the ship during your 8 hours. And at the end of your long rest, you are approaching the capability to land. You guys all get up. Captain Silver kind of greets you. Oh, Oda has a hand.
Small question. Nothing to do with what we're currently doing.
Absolutely.
Is there a correlation that Oda is aware of between his nightmares about the Man in Black and close calls with the Man in Black?
No, this isn't
Does
a
he know of
book.
one?
No,
Okay,
not at
well.
all. This is
He's not aware? Okay.
for you. No, you don't know you're in a game. You don't know that this is clever theming.
Oda's like, this is foreshadowing.
Yeah.
To be fair,
football break.
Run away again?
prophecies exist.
Yeah. 100%.
He's a pretty perceptive person, I just wasn't sure,
If Oda, if every time Oda had a bad dream, that thing came to kill him, he would be dead already.
That's so fair, honestly. Actually, I didn't think about it like that.
But yeah, Captain Silvers will greet you at the deck and say, "Good morning to you. I hope you all slept well on your various shifts that you had sleeping and staying awake. I slept like a babe. But I suppose that we should make a plan for landing. Are we trying to go stealthy like? Are we trying to announce ourselves with guns ablazing that we don't have? We didn't purchase guns. We don't have our guns. Are you just waving a white flag? What are we looking for?"
I'm thinking stealth. I don't know if I'm the only one feeling that way, but I don't want to let anybody know that we're coming.
if we did need a white flag, I also do have one that we can.
Why do you carry a
Not
white
surprised.
flag with you at all times?
Very
That's a-
odd, Oda. Well, we do have the doctor, right? She's with us, and
Yeah, Dr. Whale is like standing awkwardly off to the side.
Dr. Whale is
relax,
there.
it's okay. No need to worry. How about we use her? Where we say that the place was, a little bit, and we, had to take the prisoner to another place. Maybe, I don't know.
Sure.
I'm running
Does
off
she,
of 2 hours of sleep right now.
Dr.
So-
Whale raises her hand.
Yes, Dr. Well. Yes.
I'm pretty sure that there was a massive escape of prisoners down there, and the protocols mean that probably most of the guards are dead, and I'm contracted with the government. I would really like to not be exposed to the prisoners that might try to rip me limb from limb because I work for the
Fair.
people that put them in jail.
Point. And you just relax on the ship then? That's
But if you
fine.
find Dr. Anarose, I'm sure it'll be fine for me. But just like until then.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah.
Awesome.
Out of curiosity, is there any chance that the prisoners could be off-world by now? It's been several months since this happened.
All
we
of the
feel like
ships were destroyed. That's the protocol.
I see.
They shouldn't have any access off world. Assuming, I mean, who knows? Maybe the guards won, and the guards are just down there, but they're outnumbered like 30-1.
And so, just to clarify and make sure we're all on the same page, we're approaching a planet that is currently, we suspect, controlled by major criminals who haven't had supply dumps in months and have had no contact with the outside world.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
You put it that
don't-
way.
Don't forget, we got the skirmisher on our sides. I'm used to getting into even rougher situations than this. Hold on, Talith.
I'm sorry.
I'm
Yeah,
used to
no,
getting
no,
into
this
even
is-
rough.
No. You keep doing your thing. Yep. I'm sorry.
I'm used to getting into rougher situations like this. We're talking 100 folks in a base that should only house 30, and we getting in there, right? Isn't that right, Captain Silvers? Remember the battle on Chimney Peak? Remember that?
On the battle at Chimney Peak, you had guns.
Well, that's true, but we didn't use them until the end, until we had to. Yeah, I see the problem. Well,
Yeah.
Talith, what are you
I mean-
thinking?
Question for the DM.
I have potentially an answer.
Now, this prison planet moon thing, does this hold prisoners from like all over the sectors?
Yeah. It's specifically they have 2 prison moons. This one is for more specialty prisoners.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. The psychotic ones.
Yeah, they have the like you have your regular like I'm a
Attack squad
soldier
guys.
in an army, and then you have like the generals,
Um,
and they're kind of separated.
We're
You put the
talking Tai
leaders all in
Lung,
one
so-
place.
we're
So-
talking Tai Lung from Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Bad stuff.
now, DM,
Mm-hmm.
from my experience on Peric,
Yeah.
would I possibly know anybody or have heard of anybody who would be on this moon?
Addie, are you answering his question?
Yes.
Okay.
She has her own new question.
I'm about to ask the same question.
incredible.
So, I'm about to answer the next question.
So specifically, Talith, you would like if you're looking for a prisoner, you would have to know a criminal from here, like from this sector specifically. Like they don't take other sectors criminals.
Mhm.
I'm going to say no, you wouldn't.
Okay.
Addie, can you roll me a percentile die?
Whoa,
While she does that,
this can't be good.
after Silvers and
98.
Leslie.
That's a high number.
Oh.
God dang. Addie, you do know that there was a connection here that one of your mentors knew. Specifically, let me look at the someone named Waka Rowling. First name Waka, last name Rowling. Yeah. Waka is a long-term prisoner of this place. But as far as you know, he was framed for multiple homicide. But a
far as
very
you know.
reliable inside informant for you guys in kind of your mission. So you would know that you would know someone on this, theoretically, assuming they're still alive.
Right.
It's been a while since you heard anything.
Mm-hmm.
After Silvers and Leslie talk about the guns, Oda,
The war.
Oda just, he says, I mean, I don't know what guns you guys have, but I know Addie has 2.
Well, that's
But
Addie. Do you carry guns?
sword.
Oh my god.
Captain Silvers looks over at Addie, unsure whether or not to laugh, because he did find this very funny.
What kind? You got? Wait. You got revolver? Oh,
No.
are they the small sawed-off pistols that can
No.
fit?
Oh god.
I
Oh, Bear,
should-
it's okay. Just drink your chewy coffee.
I'm
Please.
unfamiliar with this idiom.
You might be
Never
familiar
mind, I'm
with the
sorry.
idiot who said it.
Oh, hot dang.
Oda,
Somebody get some marshmallows because there's
I
a
don't do
roasting
ranged
going on.
weapons. I don't do ranged weapons. Got it,
do
Oda?
I have guns?
Noted. You have guns. You
You have a gun.
have a single gun.
shotguns
So-
count as ranged weapons. They're anyway. Sorry, never mind.
To cut the tension, are we landing stealthily? Because we're approaching pretty quick.
There's no
Yes.
way we're going in there guns
Yes,
blazing,
we're
right?
approaching
People, that
very
sounds like
stealthily, as
suicide.
stealthily as
Very
we can possibly
stealthily.
conceive.
I, as the captain of this ship at this moment, in the
Oh
daytime
well,
hour,
co-captain at best.
I thought that we were split in day and night. I thought I had days. I
Yeah.
thought you had
Well,
night.
yeah, but that means that I'm part captain. You're part captain.
Day or is it night? That's what I'm asking you.
Medora, as the co-captain of the ship, it looks like you have something to say. Go ahead and say it.
Are we
Oh,
all
it was-
co-captains?
We're all co-captains. This is a whole
That's
captain
not-
team.
that's not
Team
what I was trying to
captains.
say,
I call
but-
Wednesdays.
I call Thursdays.
I can't turn this down.
Afternoons. Thursday afternoons, because I need to sleep in the mornings.
We
can
need
use these.
consensus. You and me need consensus, Silvers. You can't make those decisions just because you're captain now. We'll talk about it later, okay? In our bedroom. We'll save it for later, okay?
I'll see you tonight.
We'll talk about it tonight.
Whoa! We don't need to know what's going on in your chambers. I guess
We
while
won't
we're
go to
coming
bed
in,
angry.
Oi, that's not the captain way.
We need a strong relationship if we're gonna do this
I
right.
just need some time alone.
It's about communicating.
I understand, but right now I need you to listen to me and just let me have a moment.
Well, right now is Medora's moment. We'll save it, okay, for later.
Yes. We're giving you space.
I love you. I'm sorry.
question for the DM. I guess question, but also like scenario. While we're coming in stealthily, am I able to do? I guess it would be a history check from working at the diner. If there's possibly any dead prisoners that came by that possibly knew somebody still.
You have done this check before, and the answer was
Yes.
no. Unfortunately, no.
Ah,
If they were, they
Right.
did not mention that they were from here.
okay.
The Silvers Leslie ship is my new favorite thing of this campaign.
The skirmisher? Me too.
My gosh.
Way to
That was
dodge
worse
the
than gun
accusations,
joke.
Grant.
That one was good. That one was really
That
good.
was solid. Captain Silvers rolled a natural 20 to pilot the ship in stealthily. he realizes, Leslie, you didn't even know the ship has a stealth button. It just, it mirrors the underside of the ship, so it just looks like the sky.
That's incredible.
In all
Timothy
those
must have
years,
installed this.
Timothy shows up shirtless, and he's like,
Oh yeah, he's here. I forgot.
"Nope, I can't say that I knew that this could do that." Oh crap! I forgot my shirt again. And he runs downstairs.
Oh, they're like blocking Medora with the white flag that he has.
No, and this time it's just in a sense of disgust. I'm just like,
Look,
get your shirt on, you disgusting.
It was funny the
boy.
first
shirt on. Like, oh my gosh.
hey, he only has like 3 shirts. All
You're
right.
insulting my eyes.
Right. We get it, young T. You're young and you got a hot bod, okay? Don't brag about it. Go get a shirt on.
This has gone on long enough.
But yeah, you descend. The surface of Toru is a brutalist landscape of concrete architecture. It is just rows upon rows of prisons and cells. You imagine they have built out this planet, and Leslie, you could confirm there used to be less prison space on this moon. The entire moon has been terraformed into one massive sprawling prison. You think that even at the most occupancy it's ever had, it's probably only been like 10 to 20% filled. As though, like, I mean, they could have a lot more prisoners here if need be.
I don't like what the foreshadowing of a government that decides that 10 to 20% capacity is not is how much they need for that prison. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it very well. But.
I've never foreshadowed anything in my life, and I find it disrespectful that you would imply that I would do such a thing.
This is the second time you've taught that lesson.
Absolutely. I'm a railroad DM. That's all I do. You guys have your journey, and that's what it is.
That's why I don't take notes.
Exactly. You don't need them. I'll just tell you.
That's why I can afford to be a bad player.
We all
100%.
forgot what the moon was at first.
Yes.
You can't say anything.
I didn't forget. I'm the one who
I wrote the
reminded
name of
the
Gracie's
DM.
connection.
Okay.
I would also like to point out,
Talith.
Aaron, that every single time that you mention the name of this moon, I can only think of Fruits Basket.
Well, I want you to remember that last episode, I couldn't remember the name of the moon, so I just didn't say it the entire episode, and you can go back and check because I could not remember it.
That's what we have chat for.
Absolutely. But yeah, you guys descend. The landing gear does extend from the skirmisher to put yourself on top of one of the. I mean, do you want to land on like one of the taller buildings, like on the ground itself? It'll be probably harder to hide the ship if you're fully on the ground.
I like deferring. I think Captain Silvers and I would have consensus about deferring to Talith when it comes to like strategy about where's the best entry point. So maybe that's like a role that Talith does or something, or like I don't know, Talith. I'm thinking if we land on a building.
Where
I was
should I
talking.
land?
You interrupted me. You
Sorry, you weren't saying
interrupted
anything
me.
important.
I was talking to Talith. All right. I'm thinking we were talking earlier, me and Captain Silvers, and we were thinking that maybe landing on a tall building might be a bad idea. Now, what do you think about that, Talith? If you were to give it a go,
Good idea.
Well, if we were to land on the ground, surrounded by all the other structures and buildings, then that's more possibility for eyes to be on the ship, especially while we are away from the ship, which is not what we want. Also, if we did need to make a quick getaway, that's a lot of vantage points that we have to get past going vertically. Versus if we're already higher up, then there's less people to shoot us or see us.
Well, Captain Silvers and I already determined that we were going to.
What is the tallest building here, DM?
You think that it's probably the central prison, I guess. It's kind of the main, like, introductory building. Like, the main first check-in would be the highest building around. The rest of them are pretty flat.
That feels dangerous, too.
We agreed that we'd refer to whatever you think is best. And we want a balance
no
of
pressure,
speed
Drew.
and stealth. So if you think the center prison is the best way to go, we'll believe you.
DM, as we're descending,
Oh God, he's asking me a question. What's up?
do my snake eyes see a lot of air defense units?
Absolutely none. In fact, you see not a single moving soul on the ground.
But do I see like cannons and guns that could shoot
Nope.
us in the air if there were people? No? Okay, great.
Nope.
Well, then shoot. Yeah, let's just go to Central Prison. Let's do that.
I
Sounds
like
good
it.
to me.
He says, "I, my flying viper, I'll land where you guide me."
All right, everybody, it's time. Get ready, stay quiet, move fast, communicate well. We're dropping on the central prison.
Oh, also, by the way, just so you all are aware, I've managed to improve some of my skills, and all of you at the same time now hear
Does a
him say
backflip.
this.
Oh.
In your head. So if you notice that you're hearing my voice, just know it's a little more natural for me now. So I don't have to use a bunch of magic and spells and stuff, and you can all hear me at the same time. However, you still can't talk to me, so don't try and have a conversation with me, please.
How do I turn this thing off?
I just
Sorry,
say out
super-
loud, that still hurts my head, Talith. It
Yeah,
still
Tal, get out
hurts.
of our heads.
I do like to imagine that Oda's internal monologue is like a 90-year-old man.
It really is. Like, wait, what?
So, but if you're confused,
actually-
it's still just me. Okay.
That's good, Talith. You can be the communications. You can just
As we are descending,
Yes.
also I'm just gonna take the time necessary to make sure that I'm attuned with melody.
Fantastic. Young T will show up and he'll say, "So just to reconfirm the plan so that everyone knows exactly what's going on, you guys need to find Dr. Anna Rose. Do you want me, Captain Silvers, and Dr. Whale to stay here on the ship while you guys go, or do you want any of us to come with you?
No,
are
it
you
would be
taking the
best-
girl with you, or are you leaving her on here and bringing the doctor here?"
It would be best if we
Leaving the
brought the
girl.
doctor back here because
Okay.
we have no idea what we're going to expect down there and we don't want to risk her. And we need you guys here to keep the ship warm, as it were, because we might need to make a hot getaway. And the less people that are down there, the better, because the easier it is to stay unseen, quiet, and out of sight.
Awesome.
Doctor,
Yes.
do you have any special clearance down there? Can you get through doors and whatnot if we need it?
No, I was relegated to the guard tower that I was in. My clearance probably
Gotcha.
doesn't. I mean, it's not like I could free prisoners at will. The most we could do is request them for experimentation.
How well do you know the prison? Or is it unknown?
I've never been down here.
She's not coming with us.
All right, sounds good. Have fun on the ship.
Excellent.
Doctor, you wouldn't happen to have any security clearance codes just in case that we might be able to mention? It's okay if not.
I mean, a lot of the time the guards are really lazy. You could always try 1, 2, 3, 4.
Perfect. Thank you so
Great.
much.
And we will.
Medora, would you be so kind as to help with our stealth like you did last time at the guard post?
Just say I refixed some of my stuff.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, then
I
don't
will
worry
not
about
be
it.
able to help this time.
All right, gather up, everybody. I need everybody within 30 feet. And then Oda will tear a little strip of white cloth off of his flag. And
Oh,
I'll
the
make cast
flag.
aid
What if we need
on
to surrender?
everybody.
We're not surrendering.
I go
Aid.
around and I tie a little strip around each of you guys. So I cast aid. Everybody, your hit point maximum and current hit points increase by 5 for the next 8 hours.
Ooh.
Oh, this is gonna be great.
I feel good.
Also, DM,
Don't take the
while
cloth off.
we're just doing a bunch of prep
Wow.
stuff,
What will do it?
while we're doing a bunch of prep stuff, I'm going to throw some mage armor on myself because why not?
I feel nice. Found
Yeah,
awesome.
slap
Really
that
cool,
mage
really
armor
cool.
on, Talith.
You
Addy
all,
loads 2 guns.
yeah.
I'll load my
She
gun,
doesn't-
Come
DM.
on, people! What is with this? Is a funny joke. Come on.
I missed it.
Addy
I'm
does
sorry.
the Henry Cavill and just
Yeah, you know exactly. She
Oh,
loads
I
your
didn't
2
know what
guns.
that
Come
was.
on, people.
Oh,
Tough crowd
because
tonight.
guns is arms.
Yeah.
I get it. It's because guns are
Yeah.
called arms.
sometimes
That's
it's hard
the
to
joke.
tell whether or not Grant's
That's
doing
the
a
joke.
bit.
That's the joke that
Because
was
oh,
making
I get it.
after
Because
this.
arms
Yeah.
is another word for guns, which is why arms are guns.
Yes, because
So we
she's
all
very
got
strong,
guns then.
so- Well, yes, but I was anyway. I'm
All
sorry.
right,
guys
everybody, let's do
descend
this.
From the skirmisher. You find roof access pretty easily. The door is unlocked. You can tell that a lot of combat went down here. You don't need to roll for this. The building is trashed. Every desk is broken, chair is shattered, windows knocked out. Any door that is automatic is like permanently fused open. There is no some doors are locked or barricaded, but that they're all like normal wooden ones with knobs and handles and whatnot. Could all of you collectively make a perception check for me?
Oh, I'm scared. This is
Wait, oh crap,
scary.
where are my dice? Oh no. I do this professionally. I'm sorry.
Wow.
DM.
Get with
Professionally
the
loses
times.
Yes.
So would I possibly be able to have advantage because of Melody also keeping an eye out?
Yeah, I'll let Melody give you the help action.
10.
Okay.
1.
Oh.
Ooh, is that a nat one or just
That one.
Dang, poor Addie.
Oh no.
Wait,
I'm
Addy.
sorry.
Okay,
Mine
Gracie,
was-
can you
I got a
roll a
plus 0.
d20 for me?
Roll a d20, yeah. Are you,
Redemption.
I just rolled a
Close.
nat 1. Do you remember?
This is redemption.
Redemption.
8. Add
Okay,
Got
8
better than a
plus-
1.
Wisdom caster.
8
Addy, open your eyes.
plus, what is it? Perception? 13.
13. Okay. Okay. So we've got 1, 13,
10.
10.
I also rolled 13.
And
Okay.
then 17.
All right. The moon is quiet. You do not
Oh, good.
hear movement passing past the window. As you descend to the bottom floor, you can see even clearer signs of battle. There are dried blood stains. There are like broken weapons and armor that has been cast to the side. Empty ration packets kind of sit piled in the corner that the wind blew them into. Do you exit the station?
Do we
I
want
wanna
to send
think-
Melody out ahead of us to maybe look around the station real quick?
What were you gonna say, Medora?
Well, I was just gonna say, I guess I want to do. Are there? I'm assuming there's a bunch of bodies lying around.
There are no
Um,
bodies.
Huh? Okay.
No bodies. Just signs of combat.
mm. So I was gonna try to do an investigation check to see if there's anything like specific that we could have more clues on. If it's besides like the normal prison break, everyone's
Yeah.
getting
You
murdered.
can roll an investigation to get a clear idea of exactly what happened here.
15.
15. Well, you aren't Sherlock Holmes, so it isn't like you can fully
Yeah.
recreate every single thing that happened here. The main thing that you notice is that not all of these marks and stains and breaks happened at the same day. Some of them are much more recent than other ones, as though combat has happened here even within the past couple of weeks. But much smaller scale combat than what happened, say, 5 months ago, like when the breakout occurred. So there are theoretically some signs of life in that detail.
Heard. I'll relay this to the rest of the group.
Absolutely.
Just being like, yeah, guys, some of this blood, by sniffing it, it's a lot fresher than some others, and some marks are still pretty new as well. So
Oh my.
we got to be careful where we're walking, because there might be some stuff lurking, possibly.
Yeah,
Just
I'm
maybe.
feeling a little uneasy. Medora, are you helping us stay quiet at the moment? Have you done that thing?
Nope,
I have
she
not
doesn't
been
have-
able
can't do
to.
that anymore.
I turned a new leaf last night, and I guess it was the
Really?
wrong leaf to turn. I guess so.
Oh, okay. Well, it's good because we've done this enough where I think we all know how to stay quiet, right? Right, everybody? Yeah. We're going to stay real quiet.
Yeah.
Going to stay real low.
Are you sending Melody out ahead of you?
Yeah.
Fantastic. You're, I mean, pretty much maintaining the perception checks that you guys have. Melody doesn't see anything particularly out of the ordinary. You don't see like people hiding in the shadows ready to stab you guys or anything as you walk out of the building. I know, it would have been way cooler.
Poo.
I imagine we maybe continue to move forward as much as we can with like Melody clearing the path and then us moving. Like, I'd imagine we kind of just continue to do that quietly until something is relevant to us, I'd imagine.
Would you like to travel which cardinal direction?
Oh.
worry, guys,
Okay,
it's on my
cast. Time to use our brains. Is there anything that we have been given by the DM earlier, by either through the teleportation thing or who we're going to try to find, to give us a reason to think a cardinal direction is better than another? Because if I remember right, I can't think of anything. Go ahead, DJ. What do you got?
We don't. Oh, this probably wouldn't work.
Interesting.
I was gonna say we don't. Never mind. I was gonna try and see if there's a way to use the locate object spell, but I don't
so
think it'd work.
DJ's
Oh,
got
never
nothing.
mind.
Grant's not got nothing. How about you guys? We could just roll a d4 unless you got a better idea.
Okay, let's think for a second.
Wait.
What do we
Let's see what
know
Gracie
about-
got. Let's see what Gracie got.
I was just going to ask if I would have any sort of knowledge of how this prison layout might be, either from my mentor, from people I've spoken to in the past.
Make a.
Waka.
Oh, you're gonna hate me for this. Make a history check.
I knew Gracie had something. Grant says in Leslie's voice.
I know that this is your best stat.
12.
Hey, that's above a 10.
Above 10.
You look at the doors in front of you, and you know how when you're, I don't know if this is just a me experience, when you're trying to find someone's house and you're walking down the street and you're like, okay, that's like the even side, and I think the numbers get bigger that way.
Yeah.
And then you like get down that street and you're like, and suddenly we're at a smaller number. How did we get there?
Yeah.
You remember Waka was supposed to be positioned somewhere in like the 300 block. And right now you are in the 200 block. And you think that the 100 block is to the east, which would mean that the 300 block is to the west.
Okay. So I'm going to relay that information. We can either go in the opposite direction of the people convicted of multiple homicides, or we can go towards the people convicted of multiple homicides.
Fun.
DM, what do I
50-50.
know of that person whose name was relayed? I know I have it somewhere in the notes, but it's the person that the doctor knows who was like
Oh, yeah.
told to meet up with.
Rograk.
Rograk. Is Rograk a multiple homicides kind of character?
You couldn't remember. He was a prisoner from
Ah.
before the war. So you know that he's been
Alright.
here a while, but off the top of your head, you didn't know anything about his
Well-
crimes committed.
If we're looking for the doctor, I would imagine that we would want. If I were to lay out a prison, and this is not that I know anything, but I would keep staff quarters away from the more dangerous criminals. So
Yes, but
depending on how you define it.
we know that when Dr. Rose teleported down here that she was seeking sanctuary with this rogue rack guy. So we need
we
to
don't-
find him if we want to find her.
So we need to find somebody that might know where he is then.
If there's anybody left.
Medora,
If
you have a way
maybe-
of feeling.
Towards the double homicide then?
well, if she's seeking sanctuary, that means that it has to be somebody who could protect her, which likely is somebody who might have committed multiple murders in the past if they're a prisoner here. So I
All
think
signs
that's
pointing
probably the best bet that we have right now if we're taking a 25% gamble.
Medora. I
We're
see a
doing this
tentative hand.
ramble. This might be a bit of a reach. Can I just do a simple investigation check to see if there's any signage of which way is which
Oh,
blocks?
yeah, you're looking for a directory?
Why didn't I think
Legit.
of that?
Just because guards can be stupid.
Yeah,
I want the mall sign that has like a map
Yeah.
and then has like a list of all the places at the bottom, and they're all
Yeah,
labeled.
yeah.
Yes.
You are here.
Yeah,
There's a
exactly.
Sign
Yeah.
that says
I got
doctor's
18.
quarters.
I'm
rolling high tonight.
Roll for 19.
I'm rolling high.
It's
Great.
not exactly a directory, but you can confirm what Addie knows of, like, you a little better than her because she's just like 300 and 200 are next to each other.
Man.
You would be able to know that the way that this prison is laid out, 100 is probably the most violent. And then the farther you get away from 100 towards the west, the least violent it gets, which is still pretty violent. But west will probably be safer than east if they remain where their original cells were and no one has moved at all.
Wait. So that'd be the opposite of what we just determined. If we want to go toward the more dangerous people because those would be the ones to protect her more, we would need to go east then.
Oh, brother.
But what I'm thinking,
Mhm.
Hey, Medora's
With
got
how-
a map.
With how
just
I'm
a picture
thinking.
on the wall that points to the west and says more danger, and a picture to the east that says less danger.
and it's like tilted sideways. I'm like,
Yeah.
wow, what does this mean?
What
But
could it mean?
I mean, with usual prison breaks, don't know much about them. With the time that I've talked to some convicts, don't ask. Where I've talked to some convicts, I'm assuming how most prison breaks, they'll leave the cells that they used to be in and seek freedom elsewhere, and go and possibly hurt the lesser people.
Fair enough.
So we honestly, to sum it up,
To the
we're
west,
not sure.
then?
Honestly, whichever way we go, we'll just have to
DM.
Why don't
Listen,
we
what if
let's
we
just
Yeah.
step on top
split
of
up?
late. That's what we
Um,
gotta do.
split up?
So
I like
flip a
it.
coin.
question.
Oh yeah.
There aren't any bodies around,
No.
but there are signs of combat, and there is blood.
Yeah, enough
way did
that
the
you
blood
know
trail?
that people have died.
Now,
Like people were
are
killed.
there also drag marks through the blood?
Roll a survival check to search for tracks.
Ooh.
I would like to give you aid, not aid. What's the spell?
Guidance.
That's
The
the
guidance. Yep, that's the one. I-
Lovely
Lord,
cleric
baby.
guidance.
Mm.
Talon starts
okay.
crawling on all fours.
That's not a super confident.
Aye, boy. Waste smell, boy.
Yep.
Yeah,
Like a
what you got?
bloodhound.
Yep.
Exactly.
What's that last
Or
name?
would it be a weave
Survival.
hound?
14.
Little Timmy's stuck in the wheel. 14. You think that there are drag marks that go both directions.
Of course there are.
What you could imply from this is that there are two sides to this combat.
Oh. I see.
Actually-
two factions, eh?
Uh-huh.
Mhm,
Okay, so now
mhm.
it's even more of a 50-50.
I
Yeah,
would
now it's like,
to
okay.
move that we have narrowed it down from 25, 25, 25, 25 to 50, 50. Now, if I had the choice of going to either less danger or more danger, I would choose less danger and hope that we're right with that 50% bet. Who's with me?
But it's not about what you would choose, it's about what Anna would
brother.
choose.
Yeah,
We're
that's
trying to find a
fair.
doctor.
Well,
So
yeah, just saying.
staring at
Actually, that's a very good
you
point.
knew her best. You knew
Well-
her best, Captain. Would she
I did.
go towards less danger, or would she try to find someone who could protect her, which would more likely be a more dangerous person?
Now, here's one thing about this doctor. She don't need protecting. She is a force of horror, I would say, if she's got
Love
her
a strong
instruments.
queen.
Yes. Look. She slays in ways that I've never seen before. She doesn't leave no crumbs behind when it comes to sniffing out life. Snuffing? Anyways,
So
I
which
think.
way would you go?
Now, here's the thing, everybody.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna start walking towards the more dangerous side.
I'm following.
Yeah,
I'm
I
following
was
Addie.
gonna say, I think she
I
would
love a
be.
queen who can make a decision.
Yeah,
Hey,
she would
Addie.
probably
She just
have no
starts
problem
walking.
with that. Okay.
Addie, what's your passive perception?
Uh-oh.
Not high. It is a solid 10.
Cool. As a quick question, what is everyone's passive perception?
I'm scared.
20.
Huh?
Ooh,
14.
okay.
Give it to me,
Do we-
baby.
Do we have anything higher than a 14, or am I just about the 20?
I think just the
Fedora?
20.
Mine's a 12.
Okay.
Mine's also a 14.
I'm ready for the sweet nothings, Aaron. Whisper to me.
Okay, that's man, good work. Addie walks away. You first of all, you notice her going. You're always very well attuned to where Addie is, in case you might get stabbed from somewhere. Could be anywhere.
My
really.
passive perception with Addie is at least a 30, specifically.
As she turns to leave and walks past a pile of rubble, you see it's fast. A flash of movement that reaches up and grabs the bracelet off of her wrist.
Uh-oh.
And I don't see anything now. It's like it's flash and it's gone.
Oh yeah. I mean, you think that you think that it came from the rubble.
I go looking through the rubble. Somebody stole the bracelet. Somebody stole the bracelet.
Start to run
keep
towards the
quiet.
rubble.
Keep
You
quiet.
just hear someone go shit. And just someone just books it.
I'm gonna sprint
Catch
after.
the guy.
I'm sprinting.
Get him.
Oh,
Old person.
Go down, guys. Okay.
What?
I definitely just blew up my hand. Okay.
yeah, everybody.
No,
calm
artist
down.
DM,
fast and stuff like that,
DM, he has to
No,
make a
never
saving
mind.
throw.
Fantastic. Also have Addie, could you roll an athletics check for me?
I'd love to. Me and my +7.
We just blew our
To
cover bear.
athletics?
It's now all or nothing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about.
We need that
I'd
that's
also-
bracelet.
a 20.
No, this is our informant. I don't care about that bracelet.
Fantastic. Drew, what spell are you casting?
Hold person.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh, hopefully it's
so
a person.
He rolled a 4 on die.
Yeah.
So he's like, shit, and just starts booking it. He immediately gets paralyzed, and then just boom, just form tackle, just rocks the guy. He slides like
Crap,
5
stallion.
feet just across like the pavement. His face just scrapes along the concrete.
Oh
These
my
are the
God.
consequences for stealing.
Taking the bracelet back.
We
Yeah,
are
it's just in his
bind,
hand.
though, Oda.
Just letting everybody know we're at least at like a 7 on the volume level. We were aiming for like a 2.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We want. All right. Oda will go and like pick him up and like with his pulled hammy drag him into a building.
Yeah, this is a it appears to be a little like halfling fellow.
Nice.
Aw, he's just a little guy.
He looks gaunt.
He's just a little dumb
His
boy.
eyes are shifting around. His teeth are also slightly sharpened. He looks shifty. Is the word that you would put on him? Not a very trustworthy fellow.
Is it there, DM? Does someone want to? I should not be in charge of I sympathize
Who
too
are
much.
you?
I like slap him. Okay.
He
Addie,
is currently paralyzed.
Addie, could you please tie him up?
Yeah.
So he
Take
goes.
my
He can speak.
I'll stand at the door and keep watch. You guys do whatever you gotta do.
After
I'll keep watch at the door.
After Addie ties him up, real good.
Mhm.
DM, I will use my one free use per day of detect thoughts.
Ooh, stellar.
Man, he's so cool.
Yeah,
And then I honestly don't even care to actually ask this guy questions. I'll let Addie do that if she wants to. And I'll listen, but I'm just gonna dive into this guy's brain.
You're hitting the deep dive.
Addie has.
Does he have to roll a save, or do you have to roll a check?
Tattooed across your knuckles.
He has.
It's
to
just a
roll
question
check,
mark.
I believe.
There's not enough fingers for the word question.
Well, yeah.
I'm gonna roll a die, and then you tell me if it
wisdom
was
saving
necessary.
throw.
Oh, fantastic! He's not very good at those. That's a 7.
Yeah, he failed.
So you dive into the mind of this little halfling fellow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just real quick look up this spell, because I know that it has probably some weird text that's probably important for me to know. Because it's just one of those spells, you know.
You can read the thoughts of the
Addie.
creatures.
Uh-huh.
Focus your mind.
Oh, it even says questions verbally directed to the target naturally shape the course of its thoughts, so the spell's particularly effective as a part of interrogation. That's pretty cool.
Wow. Bully
when
for
you
us.
dive deep, you get some, emotional state,
Insight into
something
its
that's
reasoning,
large.
its emotional state, something that looms large in its mind. Awesome.
Leslie just whispers from the
Super
the
cool.
door.
Super cool.
Good cop, bad cop. Good cop, bad cop. It works well for these sorts of things.
Addie,
so
you also notice that Oda has the spare the dying cantrip ready to go.
Just wrapped and ready.
Just take that as you will. Oda's
Spare the
not
dying in one
condoning any
hand.
specific behavior, but
Spare the
So
dying in one hand, surrender in the other hand.
as
spare the dying, inflict wounds.
as you go through this interrogation, which I assume that Addie is leading because that's an Addie thing to do, and I think you already asked a question. I will also add in what he is thinking behind these words,
Nice.
and give some additional stuff to Drew as we go. So that way I don't split this up too much. Did you already ask him a question? I was reading.
What's his name?
Who's asking? His
Uh,
name is Marvin Quinn.
This is incredible.
I'm asking, what's your name?
Talos just says out loud, "It's Marvin Quinn."
All right,
Jesus.
Marvin.
Impossible. What's
How long have
wrapped?
you been lying under that rubble?
3 days.
3 days. Why?
I was looking for meat.
Meat?
Yeah.
What kind?
He's eyeing your thighs.
I punch him.
Yeah, you do.
It was meat. His main
Alright.
thought is meat. That is his
Cool.
That
initial
is his
thought.
main. That is his default.
Aaron, when you're saying words, those are his thoughts, right?
They're both.
Okay.
Right now, his thoughts perfectly match what he is saying.
Perfect.
Where do you go after you successfully find food, bracelets?
Yes. Feast.
Where?
Ogum. Ogum sends me. He sends me, and then I wait and I bring to Ogum.
Who's Oakham?
Ogum, scary. He hurt Marvin. He hurts Marvin bad.
Okay. Okay. Who is he?
Ogum is Ogum. Lots
does
of
Ogum-
meat on Ogum.
What
To
is
lose
Oakham?
My goddamn mind. What
Oh,
is Oakham?
the image in his mind of Ogum is a like bluish purple skinned ogre that has a single long horn that curves out of his head and like pale white hair, blood red flashing eyes. Even in Marvin's mind, the image of him is distorted to probably more than it is so in life, where he's like 20 feet tall, razor sharp claws, gnashing teeth, soaked in the blood of his enemies. You think that he's probably, hopefully, smaller than that. Everything in Marvin's mind is a little messed up. He has a craving for people meat. That's a constant thing in his mind. Yes, Oda?
Does Oda recognize that name?
No. I don't need to have you roll for this. You do not.
Beautiful. I love that.
Why were you sent here?
Fast hands, good eyes, good sense of direction. Marvin, very good at finding.
Very good at finding. Can you find someone for us?
Marvin can find meat.
Yeah. One sec, I'm gonna turn around to my friends.
Cool.
I guess we're all facing him. I'm still gonna keep him in the corner of my eye.
watching.
Like,
I'm just gonna say I'm still watching him. I
turning
don't
around.
stop.
Everyone else is looking at him,
Yes.
and I just mouth. Do we use him?
it's our best option.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Do
If not, yeah, Addie got her 2 guns. And just
What name
Great analogy.
do I give?
what's a nickname that
Before we say that particular name,
Mm.
Marvin.
Yeah, the
Marvin,
other one. The other one.
Where?
Yes,
Where
my
is?
creature.
Where is this Ogum?
Oh, I was thinking of the other one. Sorry, go ahead.
Marvin can wait. He will look at you, Talith. It is a disgusting feeling being in Marvin's mind.
Yeah, it's fine. I've been in more disgusting places.
Yeah, I don't know.
Your own
Marvin's
mind,
pretty messy,
or
but
Jan-
yes, you have been. Marvin responds with he says, Ogum lies in his home, in his cave to the east. He hungers to kill for revenge.
Over Leslie's shoulder. Just like,
DM,
It
do I
asked
get
what-
any
what
additional
direction?
details when he mentioned revenge? Sorry, I just totally spoke over you, Leslie. I'm sorry.
oh, it's okay, Tal. Gives him a big warm hug.
That wasn't Tal saying that. That was Drew.
Not specifically when he says revenge. No.
Okay.
You don't think that Marvin has any particular ties to said revenge?
You could ask about the other guy, where he is, or where he's from, which side.
Tyler, what do you think? Because I'm not partial to giving up more information than I really want to. And we really should.
In your head, you hear, "I'm with you on that. I think there's a little bit more I want to ask this guy, but honestly, I don't think he'll be able to give us all that we want."
No. Go ahead, be my guest.
He looks back at Marvin. I keep mixing Ogum and Marvin.
Easy mistake.
Easy mistake, really. What exactly happened here a few months ago when the prison break happened? when all the fighting started.
Bloodshed, blood, so much meat. Marvin ate well that day. Guards are chewy.
I think that's where all the bodies went.
Are there any like flashes or memories or scenes that go through his head when he says
Oh
that?
yeah, there's a lot of Marvin ripping people's throats out with his teeth.
Mm-hmm.
At one point in time, he like hollowed out someone's body and walked around like a meat puppet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Is there
Marvin remembers his days fondly.
is there like any detail exactly like was he released from his cell? Like any details surrounding that, like that in that
Oh,
moment?
the door just opened.
It just opened.
All the doors opened all at once.
Okay.
And then everyone just ran out of their cells and just started. Some of them started attacking each other. Some of them started attacking guards. Other of them just sprinted off into the distance.
And
Marvin ate.
Marvin, have you enjoyed any meats from the staff that would have been from an information center?
Marvin has no idea what you mean by any
Okay,
of those words other than
I
meat.
figured, honestly, I figured that question was a stretch because this guy does not seem all that bright.
Drew,
Yeah.
have you communicated to the rest of the group that we know that Ogum is to the east?
Yeah. Basically, anytime that there's something that pops into my head, it now pops into your guys' head. Just as a quick, like, FYI, by the way.
Through message.
You know.
And can you read my mind, or do I just hear your thoughts?
So technically I could, because I have the tech thoughts going. However, I'm focusing on I'm focusing on our good friend Marvin at the moment, so no.
Oda will sheepishly speak up, not wanting to interrupt the cool kids and their interrogation, but what's to the west?
Weaklings, enemies.
Like who?
Oakham does not like them.
Who?
On asking who, you see the image of a kind of stately bugbear, in prisoner garb. He's obviously bugbear's covered in fur, but his fur has been fashioned into like a somewhat posh mustache.
Lovely.
And
Amazing.
he stands very proper. You see him, flashbacks of him kind of in the battle after they broke out of the prison cells, where he is actually like fending off prisoners from a couple of guards.
I think that might be the way to go. If nothing else, then at least we have backup for when we go destroy what's his bucket, Ogum.
Okay. Yeah.
Do we want to
He has some
you
friends.
know,
Sorry.
take him with us?
What was that, Medora?
Talit, really quick, ask him if he has like any buddies, extra besides Ogum, or is it just him?
Do you have other friends aside from Ogum?
Marvin has no one. Marvin ate friends.
Oh dear.
There are
said
others
8.
than Ogun. You know
He's
that.
got
You know
8.
that there are more than Ogum.
He's got 8 friends.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Even Marvin side on that one.
Yeah, Marvin's like, don't disrespect. There's a brief moment of clarity in Marvin's mind. The first moment of clarity he's had in years. And he's
I am
like,
a culinary connoisseur.
how dare you speak to me like that?
Captain Silvers would have laughed.
I'm a Michelin star chef.
But yes, Ogum does. It appears as though Ogum has assembled something akin to a small army.
Okay.
My
Like
God.
there's probably several like squads that Ogum has assembled. Marvin, you can tell from looking into his mind, is kind of just there where he like sends him away to go bring him back stuff that he might find important, mainly just so that Marvin doesn't eat the rest of the people there.
Okay.
He's like useful in a slim enough way that it matters,
Mm-hmm.
so that he doesn't want to kill him, but also doesn't want him near anyone else.
Mm-hmm. Right.
If we try to make a deal with the little man.
Marvin will work for food. For meat.
You guys all you all hear in your head, I don't think we actually have anything that this guy wants aside from like he wants food, but we also I don't trust this guy for a second. Even if we
Lots of
tribute
food
to
we can offer.
even if we gave him food, that doesn't mean that he's not just going to eat it and then still try and eat one of us. And
Yeah, but I
if
kind of feel bad for the guy.
you feel bad
don't
for a
feel bad.
cannibal,
Sympathy for
That's a good
cannibals.
point.
somebody who
I
has
was gonna
has
say-
murdered many people and ate them. I don't
I hadn't considered
feel
that
any sympathy for
aspect.
this guy.
Oda he'll reach into his bag and he pulls out this this little wooden black box, and he opens it, and you can see like sandwiches cut into triangles wrapped
Oh,
in like
no.
plastic
I
wrap.
don't think he's gonna want
Dude,
that, Oda.
just-
I don't think he's gonna want
Do you
that.
think that this would, no? Okay.
I
No, I need something more
give a
fresh.
look to Addie.
It's a little note in the corner if anybody's curious, just so you know.
And then I TM. Now
Leslie will remember that.
I don't know if I have an easy way to do this, but is there an easy way to incapacitate this person at least?
So I tend to run with a pretty an unspoken homebrew where if you just have a person in a fully compromised position where they can't do anything, you can perform a coup de grace.
Okay.
If you want to kill them, you can just kill them.
Okay, great.
Like,
so
if you do a good enough job to get yourself in this position.
before Addie finishes this person off, I will take a step forward and kind of kneel down and like get in like right in front of his face and just reach my hand at the base of his neck.
Rad.
And I will
What's your AC?
currently
He's tied.
Yeah, bite his face off.
Oh, I'm aware.
Okay.
currently it's 15.
That's not good
He
enough.
still has some chompers.
I previously rolled a stealth check and a sleight of hands check to see whether or not he could break through his bonds with his
Now
sharpened
DM,
fingernails.
I would have
No,
heard that
no,
in his
no, no.
mind.
Oh, this was before you cast the spell. I rolled. Remember when you were like,
Dang.
"Yeah, this was long ago," and I rolled twice.
Okay.
Yep.
And then and Addie was like, "That's when Addie turned her back and everything."
I had my spell
Yes.
going the entire time because that
Oh.
was before I had my spell going before Addie turned to us.
But how funny would it be if he broke out?
Yeah, we're going with it.
Okay,
We're going with it.
Let him bite your nose off.
You were distracted. So he did hit. Don't worry, you're good. He's going to lash out bite
He's
wise.
He's just going to regret this actually.
Yeah, 100%.
'Cause-
He deals an entire 2 damage
Okay, great.
as his jaws latch around your throat,
Mhm.
and he's just and just starts gnashing.
gonna-
So
knock him
no.
with the-
Before
What
Addie
happened?
even has a chance to do that, Talith basically responds in kind, and
You're just-
and
Yeah,
like
bite his throat
again, his
Make out.
features kind of exaggerate and elongate. His ears begin to become pointed, and his face more like that of like an elf. And you do see fangs, and he like as he grabs like his grip tightens around the base of his neck, he does actually just straight up bite him too. And
This is the hottest thing that has happened this game.
You know, I was gonna say this is like an episode of Teen Wolf, dude.
Open up a window. It's getting steamy in here.
Please roll your attack, Drew.
yeah, okay, great.
The vampire and the cannibal forbidden love story.
That sounds like a great book.
That's funny.
Talith, calm it down back there.
And the cannibal's heart grew 3 sizes, and he loved Christmas once again.
Oh well, that was kind of a low roll. That's unfortunate.
I'm assuming Addie would also be doing it, but as soon as the two of them are macking on each other's necks, I'm
Yeah.
sure both Addie, who would be faster than Oda, and Oda right behind her, are gonna go punch the halfling.
Yeah. Assuming there's anything left.
I'm just
Well,
waiting.
I mean,
assuming
technically,
that, you know,
well, I guess that's going to be up to you now, DM, because like I rolled a 4 on die to hit.
What's your total?
I mean, it would be real low,
AC
for
of 6.
like 7.
That is almost good enough.
But
Currently
hold
has an AC of 10 right now. Also, the headcanon for why this was not detected is that the only thing in Marvin's mind was meat.
Oh.
And he was just grinding his fingers together and happened to break free of the bonds in the meanwhile.
Oh no. I'm sorry, DM. I'm sorry.
Lucky
Actually,
guy.
actually, it would be an 11. I apologize.
11, that's good enough. Roll your damage.
Your dreams are coming true, Tyler.
Marvin is a little emaciated halfling with no armor, who just loves eating things.
Can we get a bite night emote, please?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my word, bite night. No, my
TJ
word.
liked that one
Fight night. Oh, that's incredible.
because it's like
We'll put it right next to the Smite Night, Bite Night, and we have both the Drew's characters on either side. It'll be great.
9?
Merchandise right there.
Marvin dies. He-
Spare the dying.
Oh shoot. You bite him in the neck and just his entire body shrivels up like a prune as like the little amount of life energy that is left in this guy gets devoured by you. And he just falls into a little ball like a spider. Like it's all dried up.
Okay, buddy. And I go and I tap his shoulder real quick.
What's your AC, DJ?
My AC is a 12, 11, 14.
DM,
That's a 22 to hit.
DM,
As he bites your hand.
DM.
I'm gonna hit him with my.
Do I
pommel,
get my
like, just
memory
pommel.
bead?
Yes, you absolutely do.
Okay.
With the sword, just
That's
knock him
3
out.
damage to you, Oda. Coup de grace from Gracie.
I'm just knocking him out.
Absolutely.
You're
A
fine.
non-lethal strike.
Yeah.
He just he falls unconscious with his mouth still clenched, like deep into Oda's hand.
Just gonna like
Okay, all right.
unlock his jaw.
And then
Yeah,
after
like,
that
right
point,
now.
I leave the room wherever we're at.
He's like, I gotta step outside for a second.
I need to cool down. I need to calm off. Let off some
Yeah.
steam.
The limp body of Marvin, whose mouth just remains in whatever position it is while unconscious that you leave it.
This one.
I'm gonna. I think we got some great information. I'm gonna go tie him to a post.
Leslie,
Yeah.
I don't know how I
takes
feel about
his-
leaving him here just to die, but at the same time,
Let him die.
I'm-
Good.
I'm not one to
This-
pass judgment.
Gracious.
That's not my job. But I don't know.
Leslie
Maybe
takes off his hat.
consequences?
Right. Leslie takes off his hat, puts it over his heart, and says, "He was, not a good man, but he was a, man, at the least."
No, if he was a man.
Pretty sure
He like kind of motions for everybody else to like join in if they have anything to say.
He's just unconscious right now.
he's not
Yeah.
dead.
Wait, you didn't kill him?
No, they're debating
No.
whether or not he should die.
Oh, well, now I'll look
If we
silly.
are
He
gonna
puts his
kill
hat
him,
back
then-
on.
Are we leaving him here? Is that the plan?
Talos now
We're
re-enters
gonna-
the room
Cool down now.
Tal-
You doing
with
okay, Tyler? Are
with
you-
a pipe in his mouth. His features are back to normal.
After a steamy session, he had to take a smoke break.
He's getting cooled
He'll,
off
he'll
by
just
getting
he'll just
toasted.
say
Wow,
Oh.
insightful.
Oh, he glitched.
I legitimately
I don't know
thought
what-
you
I
I thought he was
saying-
frozen. It's just
He
Drew.
is frozen.
Drew is just still.
Oh,
Wait,
okay.
what? No, Drew.
Okay.
No, this
Sorry.
was like
Sorry.
witchcraft.
I
What
was
the
right
heck
there
is
still.
happening, Drew? Wait. We're letting that time stamp out right now. That's a TikTok right there.
That's good.
Time stop like the floor below. Like, oh my god.
And he just ignored all of us saying things at him too.
No, I could have sworn he moved. I could have
As
sworn
as
he
he
moved.
as he enters back into the room, he just says, "I personally would rather know that this guy can't follow us and try and murder us, and or he can't go back to his boss and tell his boss about us, because this guy's a loose end at this point." So
Otis slits his throat.
At least it was fast and painless.
Still not dead.
Wait, he's not dead?
So you just killed him?
yeah, he
I
just
just killed him.
slit his throat.
Oh,
I just
missed
slit
that
his
part.
throat. Yeah, so Otis slits his throat.
No, it's okay,
Otis
Addy,
had
because
two
he
very
threw it
small
out there
eyes in the
so
back,
fast
he
that you
just
blinked and missed it.
Very
Like
quickly.
literally, Talith in the middle of
Otis
his
says to start.
statement is just like, and he like literally just sees Oda does that. Is just like,
Oda's
do
really
not
against the
expect
whole
that to
killing
be-
thing, unless this conversation has gone on too long, in which case he's super open to it.
I look at Addy, and then I look back at Oda, and then I look at Medora.
If we're
What
gonna
just
kill him,
happened?
we're gonna do it in a fast and humane way.
I'm gonna say this while they're all in a circle, most likely, talking.
Yeah, there's just a body of.
The thing is, I kind of back up. I grab the end of my hair, and I really swiftly, I guess it'd probably be a check, slice his throat with the end of my hair.
But together,
Yeah, just like to get
you
out
don't
there.
even need to check. One knife comes in from one side, the other knife comes
Like
in
a
from the other.
crisscross.
So do you just so you decapitate him?
Marvin is beheaded.
Ooh,
Oda will
Lovely
then go
decapitation.
and cut the bonds, pick up the body, and he's gonna go find a place to bury it.
wait, wait, did we decapitate him or to just slice
Yes.
his neck?
We're gonna
I
say
want to pick up the
decapitated, why
head.
not?
I
you can have
pick up
the
the head,
Well,
and I cast
Oh, great! You get X5 more Christmas
Reduce.
from Marvin.
I
Holy
cast
shoot, you're gonna
reduce
shrink
on
the
it
head down?
and put it in my pocket. A
I
literal
love this.
shrunken head.
This is very shrunken head style.
I'm
That's
assuming
nice.
it's
Leslie
still
looks-
bleeding, so I just like wiped off the bottom of the head. I'm like, all right,
Leslie looks horrified.
I don't know
What?
what your plan was, but I was trying to do a mercy kill and then provide a proper burial. I don't know if taking the head is a great
my personal
idea.
research. Do the rest of the body. I don't know if that will make it worse or better for your ritual, but we ain't got time for this, Grandpa.
You're new around here,
Okay.
Oda, but we don't ask questions, all right?
Never ask
That's
Medora questions about what I
got-
do. Okay.
We got 99 problems, and this guy won't be one. I mean, we can talk about this later, all right?
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go bury this guy real quick.
You go do that. You go do that.
I love Addy just standing there like, I just had this prisoner in my hand. Like, this is like 2 seconds ago. And what just happened?
Oh my god. Addie's
Addie's
just covered
in
in
more
Marvin
shock than
blood,
Talith.
in Marvin juice.
Wow,
Okay,
that was
well,
a very
that happened.
sudden series of events. Oda, you provide a quick battlefield burial, because that's what you
Let's-
got at hand, pretty much.
Leslie takes his hat off his head again and puts it over his heart. It says,
I take
"At
Marvin's
least
head
died
out.
quickly." Yeah, there you go.
That's ridiculous.
Are you heading west?
Yes. Yes.
Now hear me out. No, I'm just kidding. I'm so kidding, guys.
Yes,
Let's just
we're
go.
heading
with-
Let's go.
We're heading west.
Let's just go. Yeah, west is best. That's what they say.
Could I have either a group perception check or whoever is in the lead? And they can make it with
Make it a
advantage.
Let's make it a group because I would be in the lead.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Ooh, let's do a group.
I have a plus
That's very
0.
bad,
Oh,
just so everybody's aware.
So group perception check. Drew, you have your bird, so she can grant you advantage on this.
I rolled another one.
dang.
No
Good thing it wasn't a lead perception.
Roll the one, gets covered with Marvin blood. It's a rough day
Aw.
for Addie.
Addie's
She must have had a
pissed.
bad
Addie's
nightmare.
really pissed off.
I'm.
She's
really
just
rolling
powering through.
We're
I'm like
gonna leave
walking
him to
by and I'm
die.
like, do you want like a,
No.
okay.
No,
All right. You go, girl.
no.
All right.
Well, I got a 1 plus 20.
So that's a 21.
Got
Yeah.
a 22.
Okay, you scared me. 21, 22,
I got a 14.
14,
16.
16. Fantastic. Together, Addie, you got head forward. You're marching down. You're like, that's west. I'm walking west. You don't care about, you're speed walking.
Yep.
You are hustling down the lane. You don't care what's around you. Everyone else keeps an eye out. It's a little actually difficult for Talith at times because Melody keeps getting distracted. So he'll like, all right, switch over to bird vision, and then she's just like going the other way.
I love Melody.
But you still have like an eye in the sky. Like that's a very like useful thing to have. The three of you who rolled above a 15, you walk for almost like an hour to like 2 hours before you notice anything particularly out of the place, any movement, anything like that. Two of you, specifically Oda and Medora, I know it's weird, the highest and the lowest, get the same, out of the three that succeeded, get the same sense of danger. The hair on the back of your neck stands up. It is this feeling of like when a predator is eyeing down its prey and you are the prey. Specifically, Leslie,
Oh.
you recognize this feeling. You get the same feeling that they do. Yours is very specific because you know that this is the inverse of what you have experienced many times of eyeing someone down the scope of your rifle. Where normally you are in the predator position, someone is looking at you right now and most likely using a weapon to do so.
Everybody get down. You see Leslie move quickly against the wall.
Oh,
And he immediately starts looking around with his scope. Or I don't know if he has a scope, but like
Fantastic.
he starts looking around with his gun to see if he's scanning above. And hopefully everybody follows suit.
I'll give everyone one action.
Oh, goody.
What would
Could
you
I
like to
start
use
since
with
I
this action?
initiated?
Yeah, absolutely.
Leslie will just use an investigation check
100%.
to try to sense if they're like the direction from this feeling.
100%.
He's looking at dark spots. He's looking at windows. He's looking at crevices. He's looking at anything there is
100%.
nearby.
Roll an investigation check for me.
It's like a 12.
Okay. There's a lot of vantage points from where you are. You basically, not really trying to do so. You weren't really thinking while you were walking about this. And there really wasn't any other option for the direction you were going. You've kind of ended up in a funneled canyon where there aren't a lot of side roads. There's pretty much one pathway through, and there are walls on either side of you. So you know that the direction of whoever this is probably in front of you. But there's a lot of windows, vantage points that you could be in danger from. You don't see a specific one.
Okay, then he'll just say, something's watching us up ahead. And I'll let them do their actions.
DJ, you've got an action.
Oda's going to cast Bless on Addie, Bear, and Medora.
Cool. Addie, Medora, Drew, you got actions? You could also just take the dodge or the hide if you would like. That's a viable action.
I'm gonna ready a hand axe and take the dodge action.
Cool. Medora, Drew, you got anything?
How high up is the nearest window?
To you in this location, there are no like open windows. They are all barred and like shuttered down. The closest building with an open window to you is probably like 100 to 200 feet away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the section office building, not any of the cells.
Right. Okay. Well, in that case, I'm just going to take the hide action.
Excellent. Please roll a stealth check.
Ooh. 23.
Fantastic. You slip into the shadow that basically the one that Leslie is providing up against the wall. You just like slide real close behind him because there's basically no cover. Like you are in an open shooting range, basically.
You hide in Leslie's corner of darkness.
Yes. Midori, you got something for me?
I'm assuming everybody's within a 5-foot cube radius of me.
Yeah, close enough to you.
I would. This is plausible. I'd like to do druidcraft, but
Excellent.
make a foggy mist around us to kind of give us some extra cover.
Try to obscure some vision to you. Maybe
Mhm.
assist in future like stealth checks. I like it.
Mhm.
Specifically, you guys are at the entrance to this. More like 25% of the way into this kind of cordoned off valley with big walls on either side of you. It's about 90 feet to the end of it. A bullet is going to land in between Oda's feet.
Aim a bit higher next time.
Should we either run or we
We
retreat?
come in peace.
Make a persuasion check for me, Oda.
Sweet.
Drew, you got something?
Nice.
So after the gunfire, we kind of get a sense of direction, a more clear sense of direction, right?
In front of you. Yes.
Can I send Melody forward?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, stall.
Is that a
Oda,
2 or
stall.
a 22?
22.
Oh, 22. That's much better than
that's
2.
better than 4.
It could have been 2, 4, or 22.
22. Take two.
Or 11.
It could have been
11,
It would have
22.
been a wild choice.
Could have been. Hear me out. Hear me out. Could
I
have
have
5
11.
or 10.
No.
The Romans got it, you know? But you call out, "We come in peace."
Come in peace.
That sense of fear of being hunted does descend slightly. It's more of like there's a deadly beast within the vicinity, but not one that is actively trying to kill you. Melody, I will need an investigation check from.
Okay.
I'll
Leslie
give
also-
you advantage because of the initial gunshot.
Leslie also puts his hand up and says, "This better work, Oda."
He shot between my feet. I don't think we're in a position to really make other choices.
That's a good
Well, that's-
point.
Difficult.
Hey, put your hands up.
14.
14. Melody is unable to get a read on where this person is.
Okay.
I'm
You
going to
from a
slowly
distance.
take one step forward.
Explodes.
One step forward is fine.
I'm gonna
Um,
sit down. I'm just gonna watch.
You hear just shrieking over the concrete and stone. It is very echoey due to the fact that there is no like plant life really anywhere. This like shrieking bird call. And then at the end of this tunnel, you see what appears to be some form of prisoner. They're in like a prisoner outfit. And they step out, appearing to hold some type of weapon, maybe a crossbow. And they say, "What be your purpose for being here? Did Oakham send you? Because I'll send you straight to hell if he's broken the neutral grounds treaty."
We're actually looking for a bugbear.
Oh,
We're not from Oakham.
Yeah, we don't
No.
like that guy.
Are you soldiers? You guards? You don't look like guards. You're not wearing armor or nothing. What are y'all? State your purpose here.
Refugees would probably be the best description of us. We're actually looking for a friend of ours.
We came to save him.
Leslie, I'm gonna need
So you're from off moon.
I'm writing a book. I'm just kidding.
Could we come and talk with you peacefully? We mean you no harm.
Take your weapons out and lie them on the ground.
I put my gun down. You put yours down.
Before, as this is happening, DM, while I'm still stealth behind Leslie, I turn invisible.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
Yes.
Good.
Oda takes out the
Leslie
2
slowly-
little knives that he has and just puts them on the ground.
Leslie slowly puts his gun down, says, I put mine down, you put yours down. We're friends here.
I don't know what we are, but we're not putting our weapons down. That's not how this works.
Oh,
Have you never done anything like this before?
I'll pick mine up again then.
No, put your gun
Oh,
down.
I'm sorry.
Just put it down, put it down.
We're not putting
It's
our.
okay.
You put your gun down. Don't make me do something you don't want.
While
I will
they're
escalate
talking,
We
this
don't want any harm.
situation.
We don't want any
I'm
harm.
not trying to
You don't want to hurt
escalate
us.
nothing.
while they're
We
talking,
all
I'm gonna
do
like
that.
sit behind Addie. I'm gonna like tap her on the back. It's like, hey, I know you're relaxed. Just watch out for me, okay? That's all I ask. And I'm going to calmly lay like a small straw doll on the ground, and I will cast a straw doll to make a lurker.
Absolutely.
And for future, I'll be using mind sight, so I'm hiding behind Addie because I will go blind and deaf. And I relay this to Addie, being like, "Hey, I will go blind and deaf. Like, watch out for me."
Excellent. I'm assuming that the lurker is going into stealth.
Yes.
Okay, make a stealth check for me with advantage because of meld with shadow.
Yes.
Look, I'm but a humble
Don't
rider.
need it. I got a nat 20, but I'll do it anyway.
Nice.
Oh my gosh! Oh my god! I wish I could have recorded
told
this.
you.
I just got 2 nat 20s back to back. I kid you not. I wish I could have recorded that.
Grace was right.
Testing
For
it.
a lurker, for a tiny lurker.
Yeah. So
This means this has to work. There's no way it doesn't.
What type of beast is it? Is it the crocodile again? Is it a snake? Is it something else? What are you
So-
aiming for here?
To be more, hopefully, fingers crossed, more nice, it's going to sound weird, an albino crow. Like, think of a crow, but it doesn't have its color. Like, it's just that shape.
Okay.
And of course, it's like an albino crow, so it has like the red eyes, and it's like pure
Cool.
white,
Absolutely.
purely white.
I love it.
You put this little straw doll in front of you. Speak the words that are necessary to summon it.
Available to roulette.
It actually, like, the darkness that like creeps up your fingers almost to your wrists at this point seeps out and flows over this little bundle of sticks that you've crafted into the shape of a bird. It blossoms into a small sized albino crow, and quick as a blink, it flies up and then like dives straight back down towards the pavement and just seeps directly into your shadow. And you can actually see, like, in Medora's shadow, there is a bird sitting on her shoulder where there is not one like in the real world.
Even though I can't hear myself. Good job, Ronnie. Good job.
100%. Ronnie crows
cool.
and appreciation.
That's so cool.
I'm gonna.
Maddie has not put any weapons down yet. I just need everyone to think of this scene in Pirates of the Caribbean 3 when Elizabeth Swann is told to take all of her weapons out.
Yeah.
That's it. That's what she does.
So you're
I love that.
it's been
Just
one here.
layer after layer after layer after layer of weapons, and she doesn't care. She's dropping them on the ground. She is so calm in this moment. She is not threatened in the slightest.
You do see
at
the
one
person.
point,
There's
more?
another
Still more? Okay.
the person
okay.
at the end of the walkway will do some and some hand motions, and a small group of people come around the side, weapons at the ready, and will begin approach you cautiously and kind of take your weapons to the side with them away from
I
you.
want that sword back.
We'll see if you get it back now. We'll see if you get it back now. You just have to. We've got the
see.
power here.
Yeah,
Um,
alright.
They creep around the corner, and the guy at the end says, "All right, you can proceed slowly forward. I want to see your hands at all times." And
We appreciate your hospitality.
you've
you're
got no
very
more
nice.
weapons on you. You got nothing. You're not any danger. Nothing to us.
No, but these guns. I'm just kidding. It was a joke.
Is that a threat? Is that a threat?
I just learned it. I'm sorry. I couldn't help myself.
The four of us are no threat to you.
Ooh, that's a really good one. I really like that, DJ. That was solid. He says, "Alrighty then." Really suspicious still. He will lead you guys deeper into this kind of cordoned off area. And he says, "Look, you guys stay right here." He kind of leads you into almost like what probably was at some point in time a visitation center. So it is a waiting room.
Nice.
And he says, "We've got guards posted. Well, not guards. We have prisoners acting as guards posted every corner of the building. There's no escaping. We've got eyes all over you. The hawk watches.
Understood.
We'll know what's going on here, so don't try anything funny. The boss will be here to see you soon, as I tell him. And then we'll see if you guys make it out of this alive. Because if the boss gets a hold of you and he's not a fan of something you're doing, you're dead. You got that? You're dead. Right here, right
Yeah.
now."
Yeah, we like the boss,
Damn, that
right?
seems annoying.
I
Yeah.
don't think we ever caught your name. What was your name?
My name?
Yeah.
Let me check my notes. Gavin.
Gavin. I'm
Just
Oda.
Gavin.
Thank you. Thank you
Gavin.
You laughing at my name?
No.
No.
My
I
mother
was
gave me-
laughing
are you-
about a jab. I was laughing about a joke I heard earlier.
What's
He
the
does that.
punchline, Gavin?
No, it was about arms or something. I forgot.
Arms? You brought weapons with you?
Gavin. Gavin.
I,
Thank you for
Leslie
treating us so
just-
kindly. We'll wait here for the boss.
Alrighty then. And he'll just kind of back out of the building, giving you guys the look the whole time that he goes, and slips around the corner.
I like Gavin. That went really well, actually.
So
You-
as
yeah.
as Gavin is leaving,
Uh-huh.
Okay,
from
but
from
this
from
gears back.
from the shadows, a snake will slither out and just kind of coil up around Medora's leg. And meanwhile,
Blind and
Ear,
deaf.
ear.
So I don't know. The thing is, I think it's where. Wait, I'm trying to remember if it's through the crow that I can see it or not. But technically,
Yes, you can see through the crow. The crow.
I wasn't
will act
noticing. I'm just like,
fully in the shadows. It can go where you want it
What
to
is
go
it?
with two natural 20s. Yeah. So you see the snake, but it's a really weird feeling where your eyes and ears are in a different body, but you can still feel that something is on you. It's very
Ew.
disconcerting.
I got a bad feeling. What is that? Oh, okay. Hey, serious.
and then
Okay.
Talith himself is going to.
I guess while that's happening, okay. For question, in the room that we're in, is
Mhm.
it relatively dark, or is it pretty well
yeah.
lit?
I mean, you have natural light coming through the windows. That's pretty much it. This is a visitation-esque center, so there are larger windows. Most of them have been cracked, but not fully broken. So it's out of the buildings here. It's one of the nicer ones in some ways.
So then I'll move Ronnie Jr. to if I can get him to move to a higher vantage point, but still be in the shadows.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, Oda.
Oh, I was just gonna say Oda goes and he sits down and starts muttering a prayer with his head bowed.
Sounds good. Does anyone want to do anything in the meanwhile before the boss shows up?
Listen, everybody. I have a feeling that these guys are just trying to survive here. We get on the boss's good side, maybe they know something. Maybe the doctor's with them. So let's just try to play nice and get out of this.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Talith.
Just
Talent
because
isn't here.
Talith is not here.
He can sense a hand raise.
Oh, I thought Talith
well-
slinked out of the shadow.
Well, I was gonna say
invisible.
I did
Right.
follow Gavin.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I like the idea
Oh, good. Very
that
good.
Leslie's like, guys, if we just stay on their good side, it's gonna be great. Like we can maybe even partner with these guys. And then like cuts to a cutscene of like Talent just like slitting throat out the throat, just like murdering everybody.
Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, exactly.
Talith is like a spider crawling on the ceiling, like dropping down on guys. Like
Yeah,
Man, what-
exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, everyone else is playing Dungeons and Dragons. Meanwhile, Talith is in Metal Gear Solid. He's just like belly crawling along.
Talith is playing a Batman game right now in one of those
100%.
areas where all the guys
Arkham
are,
Knight.
you have to swing. Yeah, you have to swing from
exactly.
golem to golem. Yeah.
Around only maybe 5 minutes passes. The 5 minutes is Gavin walking to kind of a low concrete building that seems a bit more reinforced, kind of more like a bunker or a guardhouse. He knocks on the door and someone's like, "Password." And he goes, "Salami." And the door slides open. He says, "Gavin, that's last week's password." Gavin's like, "I'm sorry that we ran out of meats for names. I can't always remember it." He's like, "It's Black Forest ham, Gavin. You should know this. We had a meeting about it." Gavin's like, "I'm sorry. It's been so long since I've eaten it. That's salami's my favorite food. I don't know what else to say." The door does swing
I like
open,
Gavin.
and Gavin says, "Look, there's a group of 4 people who just walked down the causeway. They aren't wearing prisoner uniforms. They look like they're from off-world. I don't understand what's going on here. They were loaded up with weapons, all sorts of things." I should also mention at this point in time, they did not take Addie's bracelet. But I don't know. Look, they said that they were looking for the boss. He said they were friends with the boss. The boss doesn't have friends. The boss has been here for longer than most of us. I don't know what's going on here, but I know that something funky's going on, and if someone came from off-world, we've got to take it out of here. So look, I say I got to go tell the boss. He'll go talk with them. He'll meet up, and then with his incredible leadership skills and charisma, we will be able to peacefully negotiate trade for access on their ship for their lives. Like
We
good
do
people.
need a crew.
I was gonna say, we do need a crew.
We need a crew.
And then boom, we've got a ship. It's perfect. And the guy at the door is like, "Gavin, I know that after the prison break, we've been slowly running out of medication. Are you doing okay, Gavin?"
Gavin!
Gavin looks at him and he's like, "I've been better. I'll be much better when we're off this place. I'm gonna go talk to the boss."
You know those NPCs that the party adopts, and then if they die, we burn down the whole planet? Gavin's one of those NPCs. You know?
Gavin has a very
But-
strong support group here at this
Manifesting.
this prisoner base. But Gavin heads in. The door closes quickly behind him, so you aren't able to follow him into the building fully. But he quickly returns less than like 30 seconds later with a rather dapper-looking bugbear behind him.
What a dapper boy.
This is
Fur
good.
styled into a mustache.
I am in love with this man.
And he says, "Lead the way, Gavin, quickly, to these people who may need our help."
Oh, let's trust that for a
Sure
second.
thing, boss. And he leads him back across the kind of encampment. A couple of people call out and like, "Hey, Gavin, how's it going?" He's like, "We're gonna be free. I swear it." You guys, Talith, you follow them back to the waiting room. 5 minutes have passed. The door swings open. A rather dapper-looking bugbear opens the door, and he says, "I am very sorry for the combative introduction. We're in
No
a
need for an
rather
apology. Precautions
I-
must be taken.
I appreciate your kindness, but I apologize all the same. We are in a rather difficult time here, and we just really want to make sure that everyone here is safe. Could I ask where you all are from? Have you been hiding out here on the planet, or are you from off moon?"
All you guys in your heads, while you don't see Talith, you hear him. Nobody say anything about the ship.
Leslie
moment
just
of pause.
pats Oda on the back.
We were on the far, basically on the southern side of the planet, and we've been making our way north as we kind of came around. We quickly realized that there was a feud, I think is the best way to describe it, between your faction and that of what seemed to be a much more ruthless Orgon? Is that how you pronounce his name?
Yes, Ogum. Are you
Ogum.
the south side of the planet? Does that mean that you are connected with the Ouroboran government?
No, no, very much not so.
Can you make a deception check for me?
Yes. Oh my gosh! Can I get myself guidance? Is that a thing that I can do?
Yeah. I'll let you pat yourself on the thigh, be like,
Oh yeah.
the god down below, I guess.
I'm just like, my tear-stained god, give me the words.
Can we
Okay.
can our reaction of like disgust at the response government be like giving some
this is just
advantage perhaps?
Because this deception check is purely off of the fact that you have no information about this moon at all.
Okay,
Absolutely not. We know nothing.
This
Let's
is a lot of art.
see.
Please roll good. Please.
Would someone please roll a d4 for me?
Me
Still doesn't have a D4.
2.
I'm gonna buy a d4. I'm in the middle of nowhere.
I got a 2.
A game store.
Okay, that's a non-nat 20.
Non-nat 20. He looks at you and he says, "Do you mind if I approach and lay hands upon you?"
I don't suppose that'd be a problem to me.
He will walk
Can I
up
speak for my companion?
and he will put his large. This is a big, like bugbears are big people.
Big boys.
So he puts
Leslie's so jealous.
these like shack-sized hands on your head, and he leans over and he puts his forehead against yours and he says, "I do not think that you have a fever or any blunt force trauma. Are you perhaps suffering from any form of memory loss for any reason that you would know of, or something that has caused you to misremember something?"
I haven't thought of it, but now that it's mentioned, there are gaps in my memory. Yeah.
That would make sense. Good backup.
Leslie starts rubbing his head like, huh.
I'm very sorry to hear that. The
We
southern
are.
side of Toru was used mainly for the truly psychotic patients,
See.
closer to an asylum than a prison. I'm not saying you do not seem like prisoners, but perhaps visitors or something of the sort. There are all sorts of strange sorcerers and mages that reside in the south that could be the cause of your misfortune. You certainly do not seem harmful to me.
Wait,
Except
there was as I mean, it's fuzzy, but I remember there was someone who helped me. We were looking for her.
Yeah.
there was another of you, a fifth.
No, there was someone here. Well, yes, I guess, Doctor.
Yeah, we were looking for a doctor of some sort. That's right.
We do have most of the doctors that survived the breakout here. If you were
And,
looking for medical,
Don't
give any
attention,
more
we may be
additional
able to provide
details.
it.
You guys are all hearing this in your head.
Anna Lily.
Before that, like I cover his mouth. I'm like, just really quickly, can you give us some story
Can
about
you
like
hear now, by the way?
She can still hear through the bird.
yeah, I'm
Okay.
still like that's why it's like
Okay.
my eyes are like
She
just
goes-
white by the way. I'm just
Yeah,
like
she goes to put her hand on your mouth and just like karate chops you in the throat.
Oh my god.
And he looks over and says, "Oh my dear." He begins to sign to you, noticing that you cannot see or hear, and then he realizes that you can't see either, and he's like,
Really insensitive.
I'm so sorry.
I can do like echolocation and like vibrations,
Echolocation?
and that's like kind of my thing. You know, it's I can feel
That's
the vibration
incredible.
of like your voice right now, and
Are you
so
from
I'm easily-
Marrakesh?
Have you ever seen
No,
Avatar
I just
The Last
learned this.
Airbender?
Are you
It's
French?
No, she's not from Fada. Oh, me? Me?
Yeah.
No, I am an Ouroboran, born and raised. I'm sorry, I interrupted you. Is there something that you wish to ask me?
You have any water?
Our rations are few, but they are ours to share.
Addie, in your head, you do hear Talith say, if you could inquire for our two mentally disturbed friends about seeing the doctors, perhaps that would be a good transition.
that.
Listen, I really hate to be pushy or intrude, but my friends here could really use some assistance. Might we see your doctors? I just bring them over.
Shadows are coming in around me.
Okay. And I slap
My
her in the
head
face.
hurts a little bit.
He will lay, after you kind of bop Oda, he'll lay a hand on yours and he says, I know that at times it can be difficult, but violence is not the solution. I will send for our doctors as quickly as they can come.
Oh, did
I
you
should
do
ask.
that?
What?
Meh?
He will snap at Gavin and he'll say, Gavin, the doctors, please.
I call Gavin.
And he will say to the rest of you, I do hate to inquire or impose upon you, but are there perhaps any... You had weapons and your clothing seems relatively well taken care of and not the garb of prisoners. Have you found any stores of food or water, any rations? The main source of food is currently, well, under Ogum's hand.
We haven't
found
been
any.
traveling.
Yeah,
We've been traveling north.
I understand.
I'm really sorry.
It is okay. We will survive.
we'd love to maybe and y'all seem y'all are pretty strong. What's keeping y'all from going up against Ogum? Mind you, I'm probably not even facing him. I'm like
speaking.
off scale. Yeah. So like,
Your
what's-
bird is making eye contact, and Medora's just like,
I'm probably like facing Addie. I'm like, so what? But y'all are so strong. Like, why don't you go up against Ogum? And Addie's like, so what?
currently, we are in a standoff with Ogum, because in terms of actual strength in combat, he defeats us easily, if I'm being 100% honest. We have the advantage in medical services. So the soldiers that we have that survive a fight live more often than his do. But he has the benefit of better food resources, stronger force of arms. Currently, our defensive position is the only reason that we haven't been massacred. Our hawk keeps us safe.
This hawk has been repeated multiple times.
While he's saying that
Wonder if
conversation, can
they,
I use my crow, like while it's in the shadows, to kind of pinpoint where this hawk is at and like general?
Roll an investigation check.
All right.
My granddaughter can attest to my lack of mental state, but if there are injured, I can help.
Are you a doctor or some form of a priest, perhaps?
Yes, a priest in the past, and a field medic.
We have most of the wounds that can be tended to certainly could be have been, but there are many who would appreciate a prayer.
Okay.
I rolled a 14.
A 14. Whoever, you don't see any birds flying around. You could assume that the hawk that they are mentioning to is probably the sniper in the building.
Yep.
But you can't find them. Wherever this sniper is, they are well hidden.
If you could leave, would you?
Of course.
A loaded question.
Of course, any of us would. It's not as though we desire to be here. Of course, there are some who certainly need to be helped. There are some who have committed egregious crimes. Ogum has most of the more violent ones on his side. But for anyone, when I was first imprisoned here, the prison was different. It was certainly still corrupt, but they did have very specific types of prisoners. It was for leaders, it was for the violent and the insane, those who commit truly voracious crimes. I heard that there was a war. I do not know if you recall it with your memory loss, but during and after the war, the prison was filled with a much broader range of person. Many of these people here did not even fight in said war. Many of them were framed or put here under duress as payment or as a way to obtain something from them legally to seize their assets. Most of these people, or at least a lot of them, deserve to be elsewhere. They deserve a chance. I would like to believe that I am one of them, but that is not up for me to decide.
I don't know if we caught your name.
Oh, forgive me. Introductions. My name is Rograk.
There we go.
I love it. Guys, and I don't know whose shoulder I'm grabbing. I'm just like,
You just punch Oda instead.
You just
sock him right now.
Plug him in the stomach. Give him a charging horse.
And I'm trying to like turn around, and I'm like, okay, guys. I'm trying to turn to Rograg, but I'm like, just 1 second, if that's okay.
Point at the wall.
Just 1 second. Is that okay? really quickly. the
Would you
time.
like some time to rest? Recuperate. I understand if I am crowding you.
Oh no, you are
We could
all fine. All fine.
Get
just
them laying down.
yeah, just lying down.
Of course.
Get
The medical bay would be
recoup.
fantastic.
As a show of
Yeah, I'm feeling
a sign
dizzy.
of my trust, I wish that we still had a medical bay. The doctor should be here. Gavin probably got a little bit distracted. He has a tendency. He's a good man, but a bit energetic at times. I'll make sure that they're on their way. They'll be here shortly. The door is unlocked. If you would like to leave, you're free to do so. We are prisoners. It is not our job to cordon off people. Thank you for your time. I once again apologize for the introduction. I will leave you at it. If you need me, I will be somewhere outside.
Thank you. Much appreciated.
And
Much
he will
appreciated.
leave.
What a pleasant
Guys.
man.
Yeah.
Oda
Yeah,
sits
they-
down and holds his stomach for a second.
Sorry, Grandpa. Sorry,
Oh.
old man.
It's okay.
They seem like nice people. If we can meet the doctor that you know so well, Leslie, and if they know lovely Bugman, free labor, a place for them. Okay, not per se free. All right, my bad. But like, they could have another chance at life. And mind you, I'm probably giving this big old spiel, and I'm still pointing in the wrong direction. So I need somebody to like turn me in the right direction. They just need like a lovely chance at life.
Addie's got you.
And, thank you, Eddie.
Hey, them.
A lovely chance at life, because they don't deserve to still be here if they're trying their best to do better. So how about we help them out? They might help us get further. What do you say, guys?
I'm down.
I think
Certainly.
that
Possibility.
we have an opportunity here to right a wrong for many. I think that it's something worth fighting for. I think we need to figure it out. Get as many out as we can.
The biggest thing. Do we want to just go ahead and ask them to come with us? Or do we want to help them with the Ogum situation? Maybe get some
We
extra
wanna-
food?
See what the doctor and if that's who we're looking for
That too.
is probably first before we make any other decision.
Yes, that is the main goal. Don't get me wrong. Don't jump ahead, old man. Don't jump ahead. But, well, I guess I'm jumping ahead. But anyways,
I think he's the one staying on track.
wasn't it?
Because
I'm working on
I know that I'm old.
Her finger
and,
away from
I am now
Ahead. She
fairly
goes behind her.
senile, but I'm
old man pointing at Leslie, like,
I
At
would
this
like
point,
to
you
imagine
can
that Addie turned her towards the door. Like she didn't turn her towards the people. The door
having a
will
great
open, and a group of various what appear to be like at least one or two of them are actual like in medical garb. They have like coats and stuff. Some of them are like in prisoner uniforms, but they appear to have like medical knowledge. And the one at the front will walk up and say, is there some way that I can help you? We were sent over here. Gavin was a little bit rushed in his explanation.
Oda looks at Leslie.
my head hurts.
That's not. I was seeing if you
looks like-
recognize someone.
Looks like Addie.
None of these are tabaxi, specifically.
Okay.
Yeah, my friends are just, I think, struggling from lack of sleep and dehydration mostly.
Absolutely.
I'm sure they're fine.
My granddaughter is exaggerating. I feel fine.
Please don't
Uh,
listen to him.
We've got we've got some an IV drip that we can set up that should get you guys back on track. We'll need to take
Okay,
some
back on the
tests
drip.
and measurements. Just I mean, we don't want to give you anything that would harm you in any way. So they'll go around checking pulse, asking you to breathe, regular doctor checkup stuff before they kind of start assigning you. Talith, what's
Uh-huh.
up?
So
I immediately ask after you eat a sun chip.
I know.
Now that
So
your
are
mouth is
those,
full, why
like-
don't you talk this a little bit?
Are
So
those
I-
garden salsa sun chips?
Yes, they are. Of course
You know
they are.
they are.
Great choice.
So I followed Gavin to where the doctors were.
Yes.
As Gavin leaves with the set of doctors that I know are not the doctor we're looking for, can I continue to investigate the area? Like, are there other doctors that I immediately see? Are there like other rooms and stuff that seems to be
Yeah.
like places that the doctors are going back and
Roll
forth between?
investigation check for me.
Break into Rograk's bedroom, see if there happens to
Yeah.
be a tabaxi there.
Well, that's a natural 20.
Hey, hot damn.
Whoa, ayo.
If it's necessary, that's a total of 27.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh man, I didn't think that we'd get this far.
That's
So-
good for us.
Well, a couple of things that you notice. First off, this check is really good, and it's a natural 20. And so a wild thing occurs.
Mhm.
In the reflection of one of the windows, you see a flash of
Nice.
light. And you peer over your shoulder and kind of pinpoint where that flash of light is. And it is the reflection of the like close side of a scope peering out from under like a camouflaged area. You have located where the hawk is.
Wow.
That's besides the point.
Nice. Nice.
That's just a thing that happens to occur.
A bonus objective acquired.
Yes. XP granted, you know. Achievement find the hawk or Hawkeye. That's probably what it is. Achievement Hawkeye. That's a good one.
Side quest.
You start to reason out the layout of this thing. You start to puzzle together. You're like, okay, look for Dr. Anna Rose. This is Rograk's place. Gavin is a little wild. Those nurses aren't Tabaxi. I know what I'm looking for. Why are we here? And start to kind of get a mental image of a map of this place, the intended purposes, the reasons behind it, and start to kind of reason where Dr. Anna Rose would be if you were to hide somewhere to put a doctor. Because you also know that like Dr. Anna Rose experimented on prisoners,
Right.
is probably not very popular
Right.
with the
Didn't think about that.
prisoners.
Right.
Good point.
And you notice that there is a cordoned off for safety reasons building
Okay.
that does not seem to have any structural defects looking at it. Also, you're surrounded by rubble and crumbling buildings. Why is this the only one that's cordoned off? You could assume that if it isn't Dr. Anna Rose, it's something that they very clearly don't want people to see.
How much time do I have left on my my invisibility?
Oh, that's a fantastic question. How long does it last? 10
1
minutes?
hour.
Oh, 1 hour?
Oh, that's great
Oh,
for us.
you've got a strong, let's see it from the time there, it's been at least 5. I'll say you
It's
got
only been
30.
like half an hour.
I'll say you got 30 minutes left.
Okay, I go towards the building.
Fantastic. We'll cut back to you. The doctors are finished with their stuff. They're checking you out. They're like, okay, a little bit of light dehydration. A couple of you have what appear to be like severe blunt force trauma that has been healed recently. Were you under attack by anything that you remember? I know that it may be rude to ask people who have some form of amnesia, but try to remember anything that would help.
Probably shouldn't mention the quick steals.
Whoa.
I don't remember.
I remember
That's
a lot
totally
of
okay.
I remember a lot of rubble.
Mhm.
I remember
We've
having
had to dig
use,
through some rubble and some
I'm capable
bodies,
of
maybe.
some healing magic. Perhaps I used some of it.
Understandable.
Speaking of which, I'm
Understandable.
happy to help if you need any help.
We will show you to where. I mean, we have kind of a quick made chapel that we could definitely use someone to offer some prayers. We have quite a few of us have turned to religion in this time of need. Pretty much any
Would
god
you
that will
lead me
answer.
Will you lead me there?
Oh, by all means.
And if you don't mind, we don't plan on staying, but if we can take a little bit of rest here, we've been walking for a long time.
Absolutely.
If we can just rest for a little while and stick around here, that would be helpful.
You can stay as long as you need.
Thank you.
One of the doctors will lead you, Oda, to this kind of little ramshackle, like a little chapel type deal. They all kind of, basically the nurses and doctors kind of take one of you as like their patient and kind of lead you to places that they think would be beneficial to you. One of the doctors does pull aside Addie, and as kind of if they're leading everyone to their various places, and they go, "Hey there, dear. Hi. I'll be your kind of. You can talk to me if you need anything. We've been told to really keep an eye on y'all. Amnesia can be a real son of a gun. My name's Erica. You can call me anytime you need. I do want to inform you, your readings of internal magic were frighteningly low. To the point where, I mean, it could be most living things would be in a relatively critical state if they had, like, everyone has magic in them, right? It's kind of a source of energy, a source of life for people. You have the magical energy of a desk. I was trying to find a better example than that, but it's an inanimate object that does not have a soul still has magic. So that's why it can be like commanded by wizards and stuff. Like if they animate the table, they animate its latent magic. Yours should not be livable. And I just really wanted to make sure that you keep an eye on that, because you could be in a. It's all right. You don't seem terribly fazed by this.
I, to be completely honest, want nothing to do with magic. And magic wants nothing to do with me. I'm okay with that. All of my friends here, they dabble, all of that. That's never really been a path I've crossed.
Can I be honest with you?
Of course.
I gotta roll the die real quick.
Go for it.
Can she be honest with you?
And he's got secrets.
She will look at you and she'll say, "Can I get your name? I hate just referring to you as you. I just didn't want to be impolite."
Rose.
Rose. Rose, I've worked with a lot of patients over the years. I've had people who have needed amputations. I've had people who have suffered from knife wounds and bullet wounds, and I've dealt with a lot of mental health as well. And I've also dealt with a lot of liars. And I don't think that y'all have memory loss. And whatever your reasons are for, I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe some of you do. I've never seen anyone with eyes like that girl that were just peering into nothingness. That was terrifying. I've seen some weird stuff, but that was up there. And I don't know what's up with the fella who looks that kind of like the sexy nerd guy.
Yeah.
He seemed a little off too. There's some things that aren't. Frankly, you seem I'm not going to say that you seem okay. Because frankly, you seem, if I were to say anything, you seem like you could be a little depressed. And I want you to know that that is okay. I mean, it's not good, but we are here for you. And you also seem like someone who wants to help people.
I do.
I just want you to know that the people here are good people. And I know that you could probably wreak some havoc if you really wanted to. Because out of all the people I've worked on, I've never seen anyone with scars like yours. The closest was some martial arts fella. He was doing all sorts of funky stuff.
Who?
And whew,
Might I ask? Martial arts. I'm a big fan.
he was some guy from Vadakesh. He fought in the war. His father picked him up. He was here temporarily before a delegation from Vadakesh came and got him.
Interesting.
But his scars weren't anything like yours, but they were the closest thing I could imagine. They follow a lot of the same pathways that yours do. And frankly, you have some of the most scar tissue coverage of any person I've ever seen. And that's saying a lot. I've seen a lot of stuff, especially in a prison like this. You see people who are all sorts of carved up, but the thing is, most of their wounds tend to follow an outside force coming at them, right?
Mm.
And I see some wounds on yours that concern me a lot. And so if there's ever anything that you need, you can ask Erica, and I will be there in a heartbeat because I care about you.
Thank you, Erica.
Of course. Now, is there anywhere that you need to go? Do you want to get some rest? We don't have a lot of food, but we have some, and it's a little dry rations. But
You know, I would love to talk again with your leader, just without
yes.
having to take care of my friends.
Absolutely.
Might I?
I can find Rograk for you. I can bring you right to him. Do you need me to give an excuse to the rest of them? So that
would
way,
be great.
Absolutely. You see Erica walk away towards kind of the rest of you as you guys are beginning to split up, and she'll say, "Hey there, y'all. Hi, I'm Erica. I'm part of one of the doctors who was originally stationed here. Just a real quick thing. There's some. I need some help with a physical task." And your friend's going to help me with it. Some of the plumbing went down in one of the buildings, and we really need someone with a strong arm, and your friend was kind enough to offer. So we'll be right back. Don't worry. Ask your nurses and doctors if you need anything. We're here to help. And we appreciate your time here, and we're going to get through this. All right?
Thank you so much, and good luck with your pipe.
Absolutely.
Hope that works well. Plumbing can be a pain in the back.
Absolutely. All those pipes and joints and whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, all sorts of things. Been clogged up for a long time.
My pipe's been clogged up for a long time too. I feel that.
All right, sir, you can calm right
All
down.
right, you don't need to talk anything about that.
DM.
Yeah.
While as the nurse steps away from Addie and is talking to like the rest of the group, Addie, I will say you would notice just perched on the windowsill next to you, you do see Melody kind of lightly tapping on the window, like looking at you. You can choose to respond how you will.
I wink.
Melody winks back.
I'll open the window though and let her in.
She'll just hop onto your hand and like just waddle up your arm and onto your shoulder, and then kind of like nuzzle in just a little bit into your neck.
Oh, you got away with animals. Ain't that just adorable?
I do love them.
She kind of looks around, sees that everyone else has has kind of gone on their way. She will kind of grab someone's arm real quick that's like running by. Just say, "Hey, could you grab Rograk for me? I just need him quick as you can. Just like, double time it." And they say, "Yeah, okay, sure thing, Erica." And they hustle down, sprinting after where they know Rograk will be.
So cute.
In the distance, you hear Oda chanting in Latin, "Nominos dies amor."
Several of the congregation are speaking in tongues.
It's incredible. It's really a moving moment for
absolutely,
the
honestly, it's life-changing for some of them. Yes, Medora. I see
We'll
a tentatively raised hand.
It's like, I think at this point, mind sight is gone.
Yeah.
It's been gone. I didn't realize because
you can
originally 10
reactivate
minutes.
it as many times as you want to.
This one's gone now. After the third time, my head's getting tired. I need to see.
Mhm.
So I no longer have mind sight for now. I'm just like,
Absolutely.
oh, wow. Magically can see
They're like,
again.
Someone
You come
looks
back
over.
to and you realize you're like looking into a corner, like you're standing facing a corner.
Someone says, "By the god, the priest has granted her sight."
Nominos dies amor.
Maybe I am a believer.
I'm a believer.
Absolutely. They break into song and dance.
I believe.
And David threw it back to the Lord, He
That's
danced with all
right.
his heart.
Amen,
Yeah.
brother.
Nothing on, just running through the streets dancing for the Lord. People had to hide their eyes.
Rograk will pass this and just say, "It's good that people can have hope again." And he says that next to Medora and then looks down and he goes, "Oh, your eyes are back. I hope they stay that way."
Thanks, man. Thanks.
And then he will head over to slip around the corner and go to where currently Addie still is. And he says, "My dear, I hear that you have asked for me. Erica called?"
Yes. I hope this doesn't sound too out of place. But I was given a name of someone who I'm curious if you might know. Goes by Waka. And someone I've been looking for.
Waka Rowling, perhaps?
Yes.
I do know of a Waka. He is not with us, but I know that he is not part of Ogun's group. If he were to be alive still, and there is a definite chance that he is. Waka is he's very crafty. He probably resides in the neutral zone. He's a survivor, that one. So if anyone were to still be around, it would be him. I know that there is a few scattered groups of survivors that decided to maintain neutrality, waiting for whichever group ends up succeeding. He may be part of them. How do you know of him?
An old mentor of mine spoke very highly of him. Sent here. My mentor doesn't believe that he did what he was convicted of. And when I ultimately ended up here as well, I made a promise that I would look for him.
I will tell my scouts to keep an eye out, to ask around if they find any of the neutral parties.
Thank you.
And see if we can find this Waka for you.
Thank you so much.
By all means. Rose, was it?
Yes.
Erica filled me in on some things before we spoke. I hope you find what you're looking for. All of us could use a bit of success around here. It would be nice to hear that someone has lived this time.
Thank you.
But by all means, you should get some rest. I'm sure that the journey was harrowing.
I will.
I must return to my work.
Of course. Thank you.
And he will head back towards the center. He will actually head to the building where Talith is.
Oh, lovely.
He will enter inside as well. As all of you kind of go to your specific positions and kind of look around, this camp is freely available for you guys to roam. So you can choose pretty much wherever you want to search, wherever you want to look at. But in order to make it clearer, we're going to wait for that to happen until next episode. That is where we're going to end here tonight.
Dang it!
Wow.
I hope that everyone had fun. We've made some progress in the story here tonight. I'm excited to see what you guys all do with Rograk's camp and the people in it. I would like to say thank you to my players and thank you to my listeners for joining me here tonight. You did a fantastic job. Thank you.
Thank you,
viewers.
DM.
You're great. Thank you, Grant. No, you thank you.
Great session.
No, you.
This was really good, Aaron. I really like this one.
For those of you out there who hear this, I recommend stopping by our Discord. It's a little slow right now. It is one of our goals over the next year to improve our Discord, to make it a more poppin' place, to have some more interaction, some better spaces and stuff like that. So if you want to get in on that early, our Discord is where to go. To meet some people that also enjoy the show, who like Dungeons & Dragons. I also check on it pretty regularly, and if you ask questions, normally we'll answer them. If you want to support us, the best way to do that is sharing with your friends, sharing with your family. Got that crazy uncle who's like, I don't know, I'm just looking for something to watch on a Monday night.
Your crazy New York and uncle who lives in New York.
It'd be like, hey, we've got a thing. Another cool way to support us is our Patreon. It's $3 a month. I had a really good thing going where I was posting DM notes every single week. We lost that. Hopefully I will be starting back up. We're getting better. We're repairing the systems right now. So
Oh my gosh.
get back to that. Thank you again for our Kickstarter supporters for making the show possible. We could not be here without you. You did a fantastic job. Make sure you're looking at your email. Make sure you're sending and responding to surveys and any emails that we send you. We will be proceeding with the rewards as quickly as we can. Latest due date is in June. So look at that. The only thing that I have left to say is the same thing that I say every single week. Good luck and Godspeed, everyone. We will see you next time, Dungeoneers.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.